Hello, and coming to you from the secret bunker beneath the blinking blue light, it's time for another episode of PAPAtv Live. We've put away all our Christmas decorations and New Year's party hats, and we're ready for another great year of pinball. I'm Pete Hendricks, and I'm joined to my left by Fred Cochran.
Hi, Pete.
And to my right by Allison Thrower.
Hello.
How are your holidays?
Short and sweet.
Too short.
But did you get enough pinball in during them?
I got 0 pinball in during mine.
That's not enough.
That trust me, that's plenty for now. I made up for it.
Yeah, how about you, Allison?
Yeah, played in the Helicon Open. Didn't really perform well, but that's fine, you know.
Did you have fun?
I absolutely did, yeah.
Goal
There's a
accomplished.
bar there. How can you not, you know?
Beer and pinball, great combination for
Winning
any
combo.
day. We're going to be doing 2 games tonight that are rated #1 on IPDB. Later on, it'll be the #1 electromechanical game, Card Whiz. But we're going to be starting off with the #1 rated Solid State on IPDB, and that is Twilight Zone. And I can't argue with this rating. I think it is the best game ever.
It is a pretty there's a lot going on in the game. If it's kind of daunting if you don't know what's going on with the game itself. But once you learn how to play the game, it's amazing. And we figured it wasn't hard enough, so we had some special glass made. And Priyanka is going to be our guinea pig because she's going to get to play this game by herself with the what do you want to call that?
This is etched glass with based off of the Twilight Zone.
Yeah,
the
little-
spirals.
The spirals, yes. So, what do you think, Priyanka? She just said it all.
Yeah, I've seen it before, but yeah, I wasn't allowed to even touch the game, so I don't even know how it's playing. I just assume it's Papa Hard.
Okay, it's not terrible. The bounce over from the scoop is favorable.
You're
But
not supposed to help me.
I am helping you because
This is supposed to be torture.
you're going to be fine. The spiral glass itself is going to be torture enough. Just be happy it's not the Papa etched glass because then you can't even
that
see half
one's-
the play field.
That one's brutal.
So
It's nice
yeah.
and shiny, though, I will say.
These glasses have been used for mini tournaments at Papa before, and it makes it an interesting challenge, having your vision distorted. And like a lot of people will use playfield markers for shots, and this makes it a lot harder. But let's see Priyanka crank it up and let's see how she does with it.
All right, so just to give everybody a heads up, we are on Twitch exclusively now, and we've got a number of followers right off the bat. Mate Porocho is following. Goat, what's that? Goat Dervrint. Can't read that. I'm slaughtering that, so I apologize. Twisted Translator Gamer and HD. I can't even read that one either, so I apologize. But
Priyanka,
everybody,
was it not your intention? Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't interrupt you.
no, it's okay. Everybody who is following us, I apologize for annihilating your name. I will get better at this by reading these names because everybody's screen name is different. But and also Kane23. So thank you, Gusekis. So everybody who's following, thank you very much.
All right, so Priyanka with a that was a
Whoa.
vast drain. That is how a lot of Twilight Zone balls end, flying down that left out lane.
Allison, to answer the question I think you're going to ask,
Yes.
I pulled the plunger as far back as I could, and then it kind of popped out of that scoop in the back.
Yeah, there is a super skill shot which you want to short plunge.
I can try
People try to avoid it because it puts it into the pop. Person puts it in a danger right off. But sometimes people will full plunge and it'll catch on the scoop and fall back. You'll get the 10 million for the super skill shot, but you're in danger. See, she's actually plunging short here.
Oh, and I finally got it.
Guskies, we are located in Pittsburgh in the U.S. on the East Coast. And thank you again for following. Fox 198 says, love me some Twilight Zone.
It's
Oh
tough.
my
Anything,
God, what's
it's
on the
so
glass? Fox, that's etched glass that we had made a few years
So
back. We have a couple
difficult.
different types of it. And Priyanka's having a difficult time adjusting right now, which is exactly as intended.
There's no ball.
We didn't let her practice the game.
Yeah, we
so-
didn't practice. We are evil here, of course.
I mean,
We
this looks like wow.
Oh,
Okay,
so brutal.
So Priyanka didn't really get to play very much because 2 left out lanes, and I don't know what else happened on ball 2. So, Bear Glue, thank you for the 100 biddies. 100 lost in the spiral, so thank you very much, Bear
That's
Glue.
very sad.
All right.
I knew it would be.
And that's a little bit of the fun that we have here at with the Replay Foundation, and now we're going to change out the glass and put in regular glass so that you can see what's going on. And while they're doing that, we're going to take a moment to talk about Pinburgh satellite tournaments that are coming up.
Oh, tickets for Pinburgh.
You have a chance to win entry into the Pinburgh tournament before they go on sale. The first one coming up in a couple of weeks. It's Jack Bar in Brooklyn, New York. And then Logan Arcade, Riverside Game Lab, Quarter World Arcade, Starfighters Arcade, Portal Pinball, The Sanctum, and then our own Kickback Pinball Cafe on February 15th. These will be 4-strike tournaments, and the winner is in Pinburgh. You don't have to worry about being ready at noon on the 22nd of February to get your tickets. You're already in.
And maybe you'll be on stage, like Keith Elwin is there, with a bunch of people watching that I'm sure Keith doesn't even know is there. I would be mortified standing on that stage, but it'll be a great time, and hopefully everybody brings their best pinball forward and gets to win tickets.
Yeah, and that'll really reduce the stress for anyone who hasn't signed up for Pinburgh in the past. The tickets go very, very quickly.
Like 5 seconds.
And so
15 seconds
I know a
last
lot
year.
of folks who try their best and just can't get them. So
Look at the glass, Priyanka. What'd you do?
I love it.
Jay got out the cleaner, and now we're
so,
good.
so Priyanka distracted everybody and changed the glass back to Invisiglass. So she can now see. So what do you think of Twilight Zone, Priyanka? Are you a fan of the game? Not a fan of the game?
I really like Twilight Zone.
Awesome game.
It was one of my first loves. This and like Attack from Mars. They're like pretty solid, amazing games. And for a game with a lot of shots and like cool toys, I actually like really enjoy playing it. There's many different ways to get points
Right.
and then have a good time. And you know the sounds are. You know, you can hear someone blowing up Twilight Zone from like the opposite room.
Yeah, it's one of the best.
Wonderful sound.
It's a great jackpot thing, and it's a
Yeah.
great Powerball Mania when you get the jackpot for that. So yeah, there's a lot of fun involved in this game. I want to say, well, it has Gamer Goat in the chat room, or Gamma Goat says, I'm already pressing F5 for pinball tickets, or Pinburgh tickets. That's not a bad idea. Just starting to
Start
hit
early,
F5,
yes.
yeah. So hopefully everybody that wants to get in will get in. Unfortunately, we only have 1,000 spots, unfortunately.
Ooh, nice
I won't
save.
get in.
I won't get in either, thankfully. None of our, well, some of our crew might get in, but some of us will not. That's one thing I don't miss about that date is, you know,
Okay.
stressing over the computer because I don't play. So
All right, so if you've never played Twilight Zone before, there's 2 main goals. One is the multi-balls, and the other is modes. You can see Priyanka started a mode from the piano, which is right here. That was terrible. Use your finger. Right there.
And how
then
do you
she
let-
put it in again.
How do you light the piano?
The left ramp.
also like the slot machine.
The other way, as Fred
Oh.
mentioned, the other way is the slot machine, which is right here. This upper area there. And the piano will get you whatever door panel is flashing. So right now, it would be Battle the Power. There's, 14 door panels there. The slot machine, if it's on normal play, will give you a random one. If it's on tournament mode, it will start.
Oh, is it? I knew it would be.
All right, Here we go. Let's see what Priyanka does with the Powerball here. Oh, she decided to live shot it. Oh, let's see.
Ah!
She's got that piano dialed in, though.
Nice.
That's not it either.
So what she's trying to do with this
No.
is shoot it around the right loop here, and it'll feed up into the gumball machine here, and that'll start a multi-ball mode.
So if you're having, you know, a normal, if you're having a normal day, it could be ruined by Powerball, like getting the Powerball, because as soon as you get it, it's like flying around the playfield like crazy, and then the pressure is mounting because of the music, and if you don't shoot that right orbit, it goes super fast when you brick it, like most of us do, and then you feel shame. So let's
What's
see if they can do
the
it.
what's the material of that? What's it
Ceramic.
made of? Ceramic.
So yeah, it's not affected by magnets. You can see the magnets around the. There's a magnet up here and a magnet up here for the play, but that ceramic ball has no effect on them. You'll never grab them. Now Jake just got it into the gumball machine, and he started Powerball Mania, where it has a little limited time frenzy, where everything's 250,000. The other objective is to shoot the right ramp, and it'll come over here into the play field. And you'll see, look at that play film. It's like, what's up there? There's nothing exciting. Well, we'll wait till Jake actually puts it up. There.
So there's a couple things going on right here. Jake just drained everything, and then we also just found out that his favorite pinball machine is El Toro.
That was what happened.
Jake's favorite machine is El Toro, and he just triple drained on multi-ball. So Jake's got some pinball issues going on right now. Hopefully he'll be able to recover.
El Toro, you deserve the triple drain.
Thanks, Brian, for answering the question. Actually, this version does not have one removed.
Correct.
But when we do use it for Pinburgh, we do remove a ball from the gumball machine. This makes it fairer for tournament play. The Powerball comes up more often that way.
Nice save, Evan. So let's see what Evan can do after that nice save.
Normally, there's 3 balls in the gumball machine, so if you're lucky to get it from the start, the other players have to feed 3 balls through before they can get it back to it. By removing 1 ball, it makes it a little bit more fair.
Man, I cannot find that ramp.
Ooh, right down the middle.
Yeah, and that's what happens when you can't find the ramp, unfortunately. And the tilt on this, the game is semi-friendly. The bounce over is pretty friendly. The post rump rubbers are removed, though, which makes it more difficult. But it's not a bad playing game. It's actually pretty fair. I've seen this game completely ripped apart.
Yeah, you can actually see we do have a post here.
That's usually gone.
That's usually gone.
So generous of them to leave it on for us.
Oh, but for Pinburgh, it won't be there.
I don't know. This actually, I think, was used in Pinburgh. I think this
As
is the
is?
machine that was used in Pinburgh the way it was, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, we had 2 of them, and
Let me see. Is that a game? Is this a game? This is the game 1, right?
3.
Oh, it's a game 3? Okay, that's why it doesn't have a sign holder on the top. So.
But yeah, we definitely use the Twilight Zone because we used it for D finals.
Well, my daughter says hello in the chat. Sid07 says hi, Daddy. So she's watching. Thank you for tuning in, sweetheart.
Awesome.
Be sure to subscribe, Sid07.
Sid, you're going to donate some biddies. I want 1,000 biddies donated in the chat room, please.
Come on,
1,000
Sid.
biddies. The only thing that's bad
Donate those
about that
biddies.
is that she's going to ask me if she can have my credit card number to do that, which will be fine. So.
All right, so right now Priyanka has lock lit, and that's this tight shot right up there.
It's really interesting.
Cool,
So we talk about pinball shots and things like that, but like Adam's Family, the shot that you make the extra ball between the ramp and the train, and the shot that is at the top for the multi-ball looks really, really tight. It's actually not that difficult a shot.
No.
And
there
it's
she got
weird
it.
because it looks really difficult.
Now, the first time through multi-ball, she could have also started the multi-ball from the left ramp, but she took the more conventional lock approach, and this makes her jackpot $40 million, and she's trying to shoot the piano for the jackpot.
Sid wants to know what biddies are, so I'm glad that she doesn't know what that is, so I don't have to spend any money.
But you can explain it for people who
I'll tell her
don't
when I
know.
go. Well, if you donate, bits are basically it's money. So like if you donated 100 bits,
Wow.
it's $1.50. So you can what is it? 1,000 bits is $10, and then so on and so on. You get a bigger discount if you subscribe more bits. So and then there's gifted subs, which I'm still learning about myself personally from watching streams of Call of Duty, and the one thing I hope we do at some point is we start doing challenges on the games for donations, which is something I'd like to do. Just like, I want to get to Lost in the Zone, and if you do that, you get 10 gifted subs or something like that, which is
No.
kind of
Oh.
fun. So but
Now-
we'll see.
Was that too quick?
Yes, it was. Now, because Priyanka didn't get a jackpot, she has a chance to restart the multi-ball in the lock shot. That shot before was just a second too
There it is.
early,
And
but
she
she
got
got
it.
it.
Absolutely nailed it.
A lot of multi-ball restarts will only give you like 2 balls. This one, you got the full complement, and
And she nails
bam.
the jackpot. So jackpot
job.
sound will listen.
Jackpot.
75
nice.
million. That's a tasty jackpot right there. So then what you want to do is you want to relock the jackpot or relay the jackpot by shooting the camera with the upper right flipper. If Pete wants to illustrate where that camera shot is.
Right about there.
If you shoot it in there, then the piano lights up again, and
Just like that.
your jackpot will be lit again.
All right, so Priyanka's out of multi-ball, but that 75 million jackpot, that was huge. Right now, she has her camera lit for awards by shooting left ramps and the lock shot. You collect robots, and at 10 robots, the camera's lit. There's also a door panel that'll light the camera. But right now, what's going on? Why is that ball bouncing around like that? What's happening?
It's kinetic energy.
Oh.
Sometimes is one of the most challenging parts of this game, and I think I panic on it. You use the flippers, obviously, to control the magnets and try to get it in the hole at the top.
Great ball,
That's
Priyanka.
Weird.
And when you drain, if you don't make it through, it goes right into the bumpers, so it could be dangerous depending on the game setup.
Yeah, that's exactly what Allison said there. There's magnets up there, and next time someone gets up there, we'll get the close-up again, and you can see the words. Well, you can see them pretty well on the playfield. Flip here. And if you flip in those areas, that's supposed to direct the ball towards the hole right up there. And if you get it in, you get double the points you've earned plus a door panel.
Yeah, one of the awesome features about this game is just that, there's so many things going on with the game, but like I said, the magnets are unique, and the way the ball kicks out from the habit trail up there is unique. And there's a number at the clock, everything. There's so much going on in this game.
Yeah, this is a
why
Pat
it's
Lawler
number one.
game,
Oh, my
and
goodness.
it's
It's fantastic.
Come on.
Oh!
Jake's not thinking it's fantastic right now, but
well, Jake owns one of these, so he knows it's fantastic.
can you stage the Magna save or the Magna flippers, Pete?
Yeah, sure.
Maybe. I don't know if you would be able to know because the ball's not going to sit there, but you could definitely stage on the regular flippers here if you are able to do that. And staging the flippers means that you can drop the upper flipper and leave the lower flipper to flip away.
I've never tried it. I honestly don't know, but it's. But then again, this is me we're talking about, and if a ball's stuck on a flipper, I've done something wrong.
I think that'd be pretty funny, though. You want to stage the Magna flippers. That'd be pretty
If
cool.
you're in Powerball Mania, it'd be a good use for it.
I just keep on trying to
Almost.
shoot up that ramp just so I can get as many balls up there as I possibly
That's
can.
what I do too.
And I'd usually fail. So let's see if Evan survives the bumpers. I hate
Probably
that
not.
I hate the rocket because once he gets in there, bad things happen a lot. He survived that one.
Okay,
though.
nice.
And I assume that's why no
Goodness
one's going for
gracious.
the yellow award skill shot.
There he goes.
Is because of the danger of it shooting into those after you get it.
Yeah, I never ever at any point in competition play try to go for those skill shots unless it's like I know if I get 10 million to win the game and I'm player 4, I'll do that.
Yeah.
I generally miss.
Yeah.
But I'll
Now-
usually full plunge.
I will say at a more amateur level, it is a helpful tactic because, I mean, not if you're playing Keith Elwin or probably anyone else in this room,
Okay.
but because sometimes those 30 million points can actually make a difference. But
Oh,
it
sure.
definitely does depend on the level of play you're talking about.
Yeah,
That's definitely
situations.
something I did, though, when I was more of a novice.
Now you see there, Colin tried to avoid the skill shot and it bounced and it went back. There's 3 colors here: yellow, orange, and red. Backwards from my arrows. For each one that you get the ball past without going in the scoop, you earn an award. Red is 2 million and 1 pop bumper lit. Orange is 5 million and 2, and then yellow is 10 million and 3. And if you don't have the 10 million point door panel, it'll spot you that one. If we get to see the super skill shot, that'll come into play again.
How do you get that again?
The super skill shot, that is this door panel right there.
Oh.
And as the extra balls are not in play here, we don't worry about extra balls with this. I don't know. Do you get points for extra balls in this game? That's one
No.
thing I don't know. I didn't think so. Wasn't sure, though.
Yeah, an extra ball award means nothing. However, if it's set right, special can be 30 million points. So, if we get to the super skill shot, we can take a look at that. An okay ball by Colin.
Want to
But
thank. I'm
Priyanka.
sorry. Go ahead. I want to thank Good Mackie for subscribing. Thank you very much, or for following us. So thank you very much. You're going to see our logo come up on the screen when that happens. It'll be up where Priyanka is right now, with 212 million, with a
What
big
should
smile
I
on her
go
face.
for?
What should you go for? What do we got
Left
going
ramp.
on? I think you should go for Powerball Mania.
I know because I messed it up the first time.
Yeah. So I didn't say it because of that, but yes, do it again. Do it again, but that would be
Seems like
just
that's what-
fine.
Now, there's 2 ways to light the gumball machine on the right. One is to get both the left and right ramps. You can see she already has the right ramp.
that's not it.
That's ball. The left ramp is gum.
You've been owning that shot though, Pri.
What?
That shot right there where the lock shot normally is. You've been shooting it in there like ever since that restart. You've been hitting it every time. So
The
It's,
se-
it was the spiral glass.
that was fun, wasn't it?
No. No, it was fun. Should I try to? Is it possible to backhand this ramp?
It's tough.
Yes.
It's hard though. It's really early.
on Twilight Zones, this is something you want to check out.
Perfect. It's not hard at all. She's like,
No.
I got that. And she nailed it.
Right
Nailed the
there.
lock shot again.
That's the nice thing about Twilight Zone. If it's set up properly, you can hit both ramps from both flippers.
Yep. Thank you for Big Pinball for following. We appreciate you tuning in.
All right, so she's got one gumball lit, and there it goes. This will give her 15 million and move, or 20 million, her second one, and move the Powerball one closer.
Good Mackie says the game's too easy. You can see the play field. I tell you what, it was a little bit dirty earlier today. I cleaned it up, made it a little bit faster, but the game's playing fair. We've got some good games on it so far.
So you mentioned there's other etched glass elsewhere in the facility. I seem to recall Tommy might have it, or what are the other games that have that?
Right now, all of them are out of it.
Oh.
I just wait because I'm reorganizing all of our stuff, so it's sitting in the glass crate right now. But we have what do we have? We have the one with the Papa logo. We have one with the Replay FX logo. Is that correct?
Mm-hmm.
It's been a while since I've actually seen them. But the Twilight Zone is probably the most friendly if you're playing a game, if you want to call it friendly. But it's just fun. It's kind of just a showpiece. You put it on there. We used to do challenges at Papa with it whenever we did the World Championships at the old building. We did like a charity tournament to get the high score for games and things like that. So people played them.
Yeah.
And it's fun.
Okay, so now Jake has hit the gumball machine.
Yeah, not on
Powerball
purpose.
is next. So what he could do right here is go for the slot machine. The slot machine, the first award is light gumball machine. Guys are having trouble with that plunge out.
Yeah.
This is a silly question.
Oh,
And
come
that's
on.
the risk of the
Well.
super skill shot.
But how do you know when the Powerball is next?
You can't see it.
Because, well, you can't
Oh.
see it, and you have an idea what's in the trough, and you think it's not in the locks.
Intuition,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah. The-
Power of
If you're playing Twilight Zone, look at the game. You can see the two that are in the gumball machine. You can see what's in your shooter lane. You can see the next one. So you have visual confirmation of 4 of the 6 balls. And then, if you can't find the Powerball from those, it's either the next one
In the gumball.
in the gumball machine, or it's the third one in the trough.
Yeah, so when you play in competition, like knowing, like if you're going to pick game or choice or like game or order, and you're thinking about picking Twilight Zone, it definitely is beneficial to see what the state of the game is.
Interesting.
Instead of picking fourth, maybe if the Powerball's right in the trough and it's the first ball out, maybe you pick first.
Oh my gosh, a shot.
Greed.
Gamma Goat says we have a bloody handprint glass we use for Walking Dead competitions. That'd be pretty sweet.
That's fun.
Walking Dead, awesome game. I know, Allison,
it
you were
like-
mentioning earlier it was your favorite
Absolutely,
game. It's a
absolutely.
fantastic.
Is
it's
it
in my
made
top
of
5.
real blood?
I hope so. Guitarist from Slayer.
I mean,
had
we-
his guitars painted in his own blood.
We had a
Fun
glass for what's that Gottlieb game that Jake bled on?
Oh,
It
that
had
was
blood glass.
That was
Stargate,
Stargate.
yeah.
Oh
when,
my
when
gosh.
Stargate attacked them.
That's trouble.
I'm
Rough.
terrible today.
Now the game's playing rough for most here. It's like I said, it's a fair playing game, but it's a tough game. This is actually the game, Pete, that you put up a little over $1 billion during league finals.
Yeah.
And I got a hold of it this morning. I put up a decent score. So if I get to play again, I probably won't do well, but we'll see. I ruined my good game earlier.
All right, so Colin's going to have the Powerball here. Now, you can build up the Powerball jackpot by hitting the greed targets. It'll add $5 million to each, but you really don't want to fool around with this. You want to put it back as quickly as possible.
Yeah, and it's like I said, the music and just shooting the ball and knowing that if you brick it, it's just going to go crazy. You have no idea where it's going. So Colin likes that the slot machine.
Later.
Oh my God! Look how fast that thing's going.
Oh,
no!
no.
And that is the pressure of having the Powerball in play.
All right, congratulations to Priyanka for winning that one. And
So, and now it's now it's time for our shout out to our sponsors. We'll start with Comet Pinball. Comet Pinball has the largest selection of lighting products for your pinball machines. LEDs can brighten up your game while reducing heat and power consumption. Whether you're a collector, operator, restorer, or mod maker, you'll always find low prices, fast shipping, and great service with Comet Pinball. You can find us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, /Comet Pinball.
Thank you very much, Allison.
All right. So
And I
now,
think we're going to start another game here.
now Colin taking the approach of being player one because he knew where the Powerball was.
Look at him. Look at that cheesy smile he's got on his face. It's beautiful. He's like, I knew what I was
I
doing.
remembered.
I have done that in a Papa qualifying, though. I drained out on ball 3 with the Powerball, avoided a ticket, and went back and started over with Twilight Zone and put the Powerball back.
Elon Black 6 in the chat said my experience with the TZ in competition with a Powerball equals pain, which is pretty accurate.
Oh, that's
Gamma Goat said he's seen somebody choose to start multi-ball with the Powerball in competition because it doubles jackpots, which is correct. And Colin,
Colin's got the Powerball.
he's already got the Powerball
Yes.
jackpot.
50 million. If you can get it to go through the top of the power field during the multi-ball. Now, to relight it, it
Wow.
needs to shoot the left ramp.
Correct.
And we weren't going to see it this time. You can cheat that jackpot. If you can get a ball to go up to the top of the playfield but not go out and then shoot the camera, it'll still think one went out and give you the
Yeah.
50 million.
Yep, you can cheat it. Brian Tessier, our moderator in the chat, says that Fred and I tried to see who was better at Twilight Zone. The game broke after we each had over 750 million. I don't remember that, but getting 750 million is a good deal. I enjoy that.
All right, so Colin beat the power field there. The whole 29 million in bonus, and his door panel was light gumball, which is apparently broken, that light's burned out. So
The gumball?
yeah, light gumball is apparently burned out.
Oh, jeez.
That's all right. We know he has it.
Can't believe it. I missed that this morning when we tested it.
It was working when you tested it. It's burned out.
Just recently?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Nice save, Colin. Nice tip over.
It was during Priyanka's
So you're
spiral glass game. That's why we couldn't see it.
so you're blaming Priyanka for breaking the
No,
law.
I'm blaming the glass.
I see what you're doing. Colin's got to play more on this ball than he got to play the entire last game, I think. So he's pretty happy.
Burdette 25159, hoping someday we get a Stern or a Jersey Jack Twilight Zone. I'm in full agreement with Pat Lawler at Jersey Jack. If they could redo this theme and with his genius, it'd be really interesting. And
Oh,
Jersey
nice.
Jack has a reputation for wide body games. Do either of you watch the CBS version of the series that came out last year?
I did not.
I didn't. It's Jordan Peele, though.
Yeah.
He's great. But, duh, he's great. Understatement of the century. How is it?
It's not too bad. I mean, it's not quite as good as the original. Sci-Fi has the Twilight Zone marathon on, and we turned it on before going to our New Year's Eve party and left it on the TV so that it was on when we got home. Sitting there, an episode would start, and I'm like, that one's awesome. That one's awesome. Virginia's like, you think everyone's awesome, and well, they are, but
Nothing wrong with a positive outlook.
Virginia's in the chat somewhere.
Yeah.
She was anyway, so I'm sure she'll yell at you in a second, which will be fine.
you really want to be careful not to tilt on Twilight Zone because bonuses can get really big.
That is correct, and you don't get them until the end, and you don't get those points for Powerball Mania until your bonus count. So you don't get them immediately, and a lot of people they forget about that, and it costs them 50 million points or more. Tia Roberts with her favorite pin as being Varcon.
Let's shake them, guys.
Unique game. What's going on, Tia?
That's a game I've never heard of.
That's going to be an interesting episode when we're able to do it. It's a pinball machine inside of an arcade cabinet.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's a weird game. It's definitely a rare game. I think only 103 were made, if I'm not mistaken. And I'm sure there are far less that are even still existing. We have one. I don't think, have we done Varcon?
We have not, because that takes a special camera setup that James is working on someday.
Okay. Yeah, I was just talking to our producer, James, and he's, as Pete said, that was a nice tap pass to you on a Twilight Zone. We got to rebuild the flippers on ours, and then we're going to stream it. It's a unique game. I think it's a pretty cool game, and yeah, Baby Pac-Man, which we can't use in League anymore because of, I think was it Evan Bookbinder who did it?
Yeah, we'll blame Evan.
Yeah, we'll blame Evan. I think it was disqualified from League finals anymore, so.
Yeah.
Forkon is
Now,
awesome.
Tia with the awesome bank shot. She got the piano from the upper flipper.
Nicely done.
Yeah, there's a lot of interesting angles that you can get jackpots on without actually directly shooting the ball for jackpots during multi-ball. Xiao Vaughn
Thank you,
with
Shao.
subscription. Thank you very much. You subscribed with the Twitch Prime. Thank you very much.
Now, Jake, you own one of these.
Yep.
Would you ever give it up?
Oh no, I can't imagine.
He's had his for as long as I've known Jake.
Yeah.
That game's
It
a
was
staple.
the third pinball machine I got, maybe.
Then why can't you play it well?
So okay, so
Wow.
I think
Wow.
think that Twilight Zones vary more from instance to instance.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
No
Two different
doubt.
Twilight Zones at two locations. Those machines vary more than any other pinball machine.
They don't
that's
even
out
play
there,
close.
Right? I'm interested if the chat has any ideas about machines that vary more from instance to instance than Twilight Zone. I would love to hear it.
So it's really interesting. We were in Virginia once, and this title was in the game. A player trapped up and said, "What's this white ball? I don't like it. It moves too fast. I want to remove from the game." This is an absolute true story.
Wow.
He wanted the game removed or the ball removed from the game because it wasn't a real pinball, and we were like, "No, that's part of the game." And he didn't like the answer too much, but I was one of the most unique things that somebody ever said to us in a tournament. Just remove the Powerball.
Steinman had that happen at Papa, too, and his response was, I can't tell you what to do with it, but the game is functioning as it should.
Correct.
I have a question. Have you ever seen a Twilight Zone on location that someone will like put a post here so this is not an outlane anymore? Because I've seen it in person that they just
Why?
they just put like one of these double posts right here and then just like
I've never seen that on location.
I
I've seen
know.
it. I've seen it on games before, but I've never seen that on location. And I know this
I mean
game's.
it's a really dangerous spot.
Why
but
wouldn't you
it's
just
part
put
of the game.
put a rubber there instead of
Drill-
drilling a
yeah,
post
they
in?
drilled in it.
Yeah, I don't like. You can lower the post and you can put the post rubbers on both sides. Is it dangerous still? Sure, but it's not. It's not as bad as like when we take the post out entirely.
No, I mean, you see lots of weird things people do.
Nice combo.
I bought a Harlem Globetrotter.
Three-way.
That somebody disabled
Oh,
the
sorry, Pri.
Whoa.
upper
so you
flipper
messed
so
that
that
up.
you couldn't scissor yourself.
Right. Yeah, there are things that people do. There'll be people who drill in between the flippers and put their own posts in.
I had
On
that
games?
on EM.
Yeah, I just, I want to play the games as they're intended to play. If it's your game, you have every right to do whatever you want with it. But I want the games to be as intended. Personally, I'm a purist,
Yeah.
but that's just me.
Yeah, we
So.
bought a Skyline, and I knew it needed a new rubber set, so I bought it, and then I'm putting all these rubbers in, and I'm like, wait a minute, they gypped me. I'm 3 rubbers short. And then I went out
Goes
to
right down the
IPDB, which ranks Twilight Zone as the #1 game, and they're definitely right about that, to look at the playfield map for Skyline. It's like, holy cow, someone drilled extra posts in.
Yeah, like we pull posts out of our games. We don't add posts; we pull them out. They're just gone.
Yeah, it certainly wouldn't be advantageous if you're trying to be a competitive player. I don't think, like you said, is not intended. They're not playing as intended. In
Yeah,
that
but
way.
if you're at home and you have a collection and you have people over and you have family and you have kids and things like that, I could see doing that so they have a better, more positive experience.
Absolutely.
Because not everybody wants to play competitively, and I get that. But personally, I wouldn't do that. I would make it harder so I can get better.
yeah,
But that's just me.
yeah.
We lent out a Flintstones to Mike Primo, and when it came back for a replay last year, no balls were draining down the left out lane, and like, what's going on? Then we looked closer, and there was a piece of black Velcro blocking that off. And
Really?
he'd used it to make it easier for the people that were playing it, and
I didn't even see that. I actually went to Canada to pick that game up.
yep.
Didn't even see it. Shout out to Mike if he's listening.
All right, so Colin just I wish you would have trapped up because that's one of the neater animations. Maybe we'll get back to it later. But that's a hurry up where you want to shoot the lock as quickly as you can and to lock in your jackpot. Every shot to his lock right now, 16.3 million.
And it's got a
Good
cool
points.
sound to it, too, when it happens like this. You're listening right here.
Oh, he was able to trap it in the upper left flipper.
Now that is not a stuck ball.
That is correct. That is
Really?
a skill trap. Yep.
Oh, wow. So that would not be, you're just allowed to do that.
Yep.
Wow.
Right.
Because
so-
a flipper is a controllable part of the game.
Well, you know.
But if you don't play with stage flippers, as we were talking about earlier, if you don't stage the flippers when you flip, it's going to come out pretty. Oh,
That's rough.
Bye.
so that's what you get for skill trapping. Skill trapping
Show
equals
off.
death.
Nice ball by Colin, though. Almost
very
to
nice.
200. And Jake was
Jake almost played out of turn and was going to get disqualified. That would have been fine. We would have kicked him out of Papa headquarters. He wouldn't have been invited back next week. He would have been disqualified.
I thought he had to run the production booth next week.
No, if you get DQ'd, he isn't running anything. Somebody else has to do it.
Okay.
Woo.
Come on, man. Got to have some fun with it. Oh, come on.
James is over in the production booth saying, no, we can't make rules like that. And thank you, Varix, for subscribing and following us. Or Very XX.
So yeah, we transitioned over to Twitch now. We do our live stream on Twitch exclusively now. Our videos will still be uploaded to YouTube, but on Tuesdays, whenever you tune in for the stream, it's going to be on Twitch. And what is that address again, Pete?
For Twitch?
Yes.
Well, I always see all these people found it already.
Oh, it's right here. Twitch.tv/PAPAtv Pinball. Please subscribe
I see.
and give us a follow, and hope to see you here every Tuesday.
I see what you're doing there. Yeah,
After
if they're
saving
watching
it
this
so
on
nicely,
YouTube.
it just goes there anyway.
I feel bad for Jake.
So one feature of this game I admit I don't understand, and I probably should, is the Town Square Madness.
Okay.
I'm curious if you might be able to describe
Yeah,
a
it's
little
one
bit
of
about
the.
what that.
That's this door panel right here in the upper left corner, and all it really is a frenzy mode. All switches score points. If you put it into the pop bumpers, the value that is scored increases. So there's a little bit of risk to that. If you can get Town Square Madness right before a multi-ball, it can be very lucrative because you have balls bouncing around and.
Phosphorfies asks in the chat, do any of the pro players like games like Wizard of Oz or Lord of the Rings, or do they prefer classics such as Twilight Zone? Honestly, I think if you're talking about the pro players, I don't know if it's necessarily preference, but I think they just learn them because they have to, because they might see them in competition.
I love Lord of the Rings.
Lord of the Rings is a great game. I used to hate it. I couldn't understand it. It was too much going on. And then I had a live tutorial with Brett Berkman, one of our local Pittsburgh guys, and I ended up putting over 200 million just because I did exactly what he told me to do. And I've liked the game ever since. Yeah. So it's a grind. It's a grind, but it's a fun game.
Priyanka got the Powerball. She trapped it up out of the scoop on the left flipper, put it right back. The jackpot was only 10 million, but she's got the Powerball mania now, and it's gone for the other players. They'll have to work it back.
Vincent K in the chat says, do we ever play Dracula? That one makes me irrationally angry, even though it's a pretty simple pin.
Are we talking the Stern Dracula or the...
He's talking about Bram Stoker's. He's talking about Bram Stoker's.
Of course, both of them make me angry, so we could be talking about either.
Yeah, Bram Stoker's Dracula was one of the first games I ever played in competition, actually, at Papa, and I immediately loved it. It's a difficult pin, and it is very frustrating, but it's a great game. And I know in the most recent World Championship at the IFPA World Championship, I think, what was his name? Johannes?
Johannes Ostenberger.
Johannes was at 6 million going in the ball 3, I think it was, and came back to win with over 3 billion.
Saved.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it's a great game. The scoring can be out of control. And there goes Pri with a skill trap. Uh-oh. Oh, my God.
Wow.
Now she shats it in lanes. I like it.
Yeah, congratulations to Johannes for being the IFPA Player of the Year and finishing the year also ranked #1 in the world.
No.
Very
Be
nice.
Exciting to see what he comes up with
Oh,
for the next
man.
year.
Power out lanes
Wow.
all
Every
around.
time.
Yeah, so Vincent K clarifies by Bram Stoker's. I knew what you were talking about, Vincent.
I
That
try
game
to
is
forget
frustrating
about that
sometimes, but Pinball, what's that? Pinball Dad says geometry of this game reminds me of Iron Maiden. I can see some similarities there for sure. I still prefer Iron Maiden a little bit more than this game. It's actually in my top 3. I love Iron Maiden.
Well, we'll see what your #1 is later. What's #2?
Walking Dead.
Okay.
Walking Dead's a fantastic game. I think it's one of the most complete games of recent memory. I love that game.
Favorite pin? Stern Star Wars?
Of recent times. I'm fickle, so it changes a lot.
So currently, it's your favorite
Fickle.
game.
Yeah, right now.
Okay.
Tomorrow it'll be.
Tomorrow
Stranger Things.
it'll be El Toro because
No,
because Jake chose it and he's going to start a trend now. El
more
Toro.
likely to be one of our upcoming games. Big Flipper.
Oh, Big Flipper. It's going to make its debut on PAPAtv
2 weeks.
in 2 weeks. Big Flipper is exactly what it sounds like. It's Big Flipper. Well, there's two of them, but Big
And they're big.
Flippers. So let's see what Colin can do with his multi-ball here.
Now, one thing we haven't mentioned yet: if you have the Powerball in play when you start multi-ball, and if you get the
nice.
jackpot with that, it's worth double.
Exactly as Colin planned right there with the balls colliding right there by the piano.
Falling in.
That was
And then he
good.
followed it up with a camera shot that he didn't even mean to do. That was pretty sweet.
The bounces on this game can be so crazy sometimes.
Yeah. Very lucrative. Oh. Oh, my. Right out of the rocket.
That's not good.
It's gone out of the middle. Yep.
Please say that.
Now, Colin could have panicked there. He knew that one was in trouble, but he knew he had another one in play, and he didn't do something crazy and try to make a big move to keep the multi-ball going. It was keep control of the one that I still have and move on. Gumball there, 20 million.
That can be a tough sacrifice to make, but, you know.
Uh-oh. Oh.
He's got this.
It looked a little bit dicey.
Now here's our first super skill shot. Now if he gets the red, he'll get light battle the power and 10 million. Orange, light out lanes and 10 million. And yellow, light extra ball, which is
Nope.
nothing.
Nope.
Oh,
no,
it's
10
million.
million.
no bueno. There's no extra ball. Colin, have you played in our building before? I'm not really
Maybe a
sure if
few
you have.
times.
So there, what you're trying to do is actually soft plunge it so that it just barely gets the red one and then comes back down so that you get credit for the red skill shot, but you can still plunge safely into
Correct.
the slot machine.
It's a little sneaky.
Collins in the bad end of the camera awards. Whole Town Square, 20 million, not exciting. There is Camera 10 Millions, which is exciting, and 10 Hitchhikers, which is a party.
I wanted that bonus collect when I had the power jackpot.
Yeah, that bonus
Now-
jackpot can be that bonus collect can be pretty big.
Now, in tournament mode, the camera awards are the same for all players in the same order. It's not a standard order, but if Colin got the first camera and it was 20 million, Priyanka's first one will be 20 million. It'll be the same order for everyone. Colin's putting together a pretty good game here. Now, if a player happens to get all of the door panels, what happens?
You get lost in the zone. Oh, bad.
Like
Not
that
happening
shot.
That gets lost in the ether right there. Yeah, lost in the zone is the wizard mode, and then everything lights up, and you play, what is it, 20 or 30 seconds
I think it's
of...
45 seconds with six balls. in
couldn't
play
remember.
and-
I don't get it very often, so I don't know. But yeah, you get to sit there and just bash everything, and then you get, I don't know, like 200 millions is an okay one, but you can get them like in 400 and 500 millions, and everything is lit. So Silky Chop is now following. Thank you very much for following, Silky.
So I feel incredibly silly. It wasn't until today that I realized that was a door panel. The door was actually, yeah, I realized how ridiculous that sounds. But
It doesn't sound
it
ridiculous.
wasn't until staring at it for the last half hour that I was like, ah.
Oh, the pinball
Yes,
channel is now
that's-
following too.
Yeah, and here's the the doorknob that you're hoping to get.
That's your lost in the zone thing. That's your. I didn't think of that as a
Number
doorknob. So there you
14.
go.
Yeah, I wouldn't have even
I never
pieced that
would've guessed
together either.
Kingston77, thank you for following. Welcome to PAPAtv Live. It's great to see people coming over and finding us from
one more time.
YouTubes.
Just for fun. Nope.
What were you trying to do?
Backhand the.
It's doable.
I know. I see
Now,
it. I can see it.
the first multi-ball you can get with only one ball locked by shooting the left ramp. The jackpot will only be worth 15 million, but you can get it out of the way and work towards more lit gumballs and things like that.
Fox198 in the chat room says Lost in the Zone and Vacation Jackpot on Whitewater are two things he'd like to achieve most someday.
Both are,
They're both kind of grindy.
yeah.
They're both kind of grindy. So a lot of
No,
the
I
time,
can remember doing both of them and the excitement of actually pulling them off. Lost in the Zone was the first wizard mode I ever got, and then I won't spoil Vacation Jackpot. It's something you just have to experience.
This is not one you can do that.
perhaps it's in here. Ask a question. Hi guys, do you know how to get the sneaky extra jackpot during multi-ball? Is it through the camera? Frank is following from Norway, so welcome, Frank.
Now, what you're talking about is the Powerball Mania jackpot.
Correct.
You can. That was bad, Jake. You can you can confuse the game by shooting the camera. If you had a ball go up to the top of the power play field without going out and then shooting the camera, it thinks that you shot it through, and then you can get credit for a jackpot that way.
A little sneaky.
Or what I did earlier was during practice, I put one through the top and then shot another one in the camera, and it thought I had two of them that went through the top, and I got two jackpots.
Oh, my. Pin Daddy 41's following. Thank you very much.
All right, so Priyanka's got second place, but she's got a huge grind to get to first.
I'm stepping out because Jake's coming over because he's tired of playing Twilight Zone.
Yeah, I think the only way I can play Twilight Zone is if they put the other glass back in. Because I had 300 million before. Looks like everybody's going to swap out. Is that true?
I'll hang here.
No, you're going to stay
We're gonna
PD?
have
All
Colin
right.
come over and let Allison go play some Twilight Zone.
Hello.
What did I do?
So I know your opinion of Twilight Zone since you own it, Jake. What
Yeah.
about you, Colin?
Oh, I love it. It's one of two games that really got me into playing competitive pinball because I could just look up the rule sheet. This and Star Trek Next Generation.
Oh, speaking of rule sheet, if you go out to, I believe it's pinball.org, there's a ton of rule sheets, and Kevin Martin has one for this game. I think it's like 10 pages long. It is remarkable.
Just looking at all the quirks, trying to figure out what I could do. This is one of the first games that it felt reasonable to get a wizard mode on, at least on the one that I played on location. It's a lot friendlier than this one.
And that will end the game.
Boo.
Okay, we're going to take a moment and talk about Pinstadium.
The wait is over. A revolution in LED lighting for your pinball is finally here. Fully customizable, full spectrum lighting from Pinstadium Lights. Order yours now at pinstadium.com.
And a huge thank you to Pinstadium for being a sponsor of PAPAtv Live.
Pinstadium.
All right. Now, Fred got to warm up on this earlier, and let's see what he can do on it.
Oh, I'm going to do terrible. I had a good game, so I'm going to do terrible. It's not going to work. Okay. James always yells at me because I don't look at the camera, so I'm looking now, James.
Very nice.
I have a face for radio, James. Come on. All right, what do I want to shoot for here? I want to go for camera. That was
That's
bad.
not the camera.
Oh!
Or the slot machine.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
That's all right. Hey, my first game this morning started exactly like this, and I finished with $1 billion too. So
We'll be waiting for that.
All right.
Priyanka's joining us here in the booth.
Oh, thank you. Woo.
So how did it feel playing with the glass that you could not see anything?
It was fun. When I came in, I
just
did
put it
not
right back.
expect. I really. Oh. No.
Oh! Wow.
It really, so those lanes, like the tops of those posts kind of like, they go up in like a diagonal. It's almost like this.
Mm-hmm.
So if the ball just like tips on one of those, it kind of will trail off to the out lane.
Yeah, if you
If you're
played a
not paying
game
attention.
like Stellar Wars, it also has that kind of configuration where if it's on any of those and it's bouncing, it's going to go out.
Yeah, this long, slow waterfall of death.
Yeah, it's like a hopscotch. Yeah, I wasn't it was a good surprise.
Yeah,
They
we didn't
were
let
like-
you play. Sorry, we didn't let you play a practice game.
Yeah, I wasn't allowed to play a practice game, and they're like, "You're playing first." I was like, "It's either going to be really good or really bad." But I accepted my fate.
There it is.
Petey is really good at Twilight Zone. I think for league finals, I had to play against Petey. It was maybe the longest game. I was player 4, watching was it Evan?
Oh,
That left back.
wow. Orbit right around. Don't hold that flipper up.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to ask Petey. Petey, what were the games or the people? Yeah. Yeah. So our last league finals, we had to play Twilight Zone. I think it was like round 2, and I was player 4. Greg, GMG was player 1, and then Petey was player 2. Greg had got like 600 million on his first ball, and we were like, wow, that's a real good game. And then Petey steps up and gets 800 million on his first ball, and then I'm player 4, and I'm like, what is happening? Does that mean I have to get 1 billion?
Nice if I could hit a ramp. Someday.
Thank you, Netrion1, for the follow.
Oh,
Oh,
that's
no.
a very silly way to even entertain it.
Oh. We're all mesmerized by Allison's play.
Yeah, I was just I zoned out. Twilight Zone is so
So
much.
how did that game end up?
Jeez.
Veronica?
Yeah, at least I'm not the only one that sucks right now. That's cool.
I think Petey won. I can't remember. It was honestly the longest consecutive games of Twilight Zone of my life.
Was that league
I-
finals?
Yeah, I
Okay.
just kind of,
Yeah.
I was lost in the zone.
Yep.
Watching
I've
them.
played those games of Twilight Zone where it's like 45 minutes before you get to play your next ball, and you're like, do I even remember where all the shots are anymore?
Slingshot Scott says, I want to see someone get the Rudy call out during Clock Chaos. So go get that. Unless Fred's got it.
We'll see if I
It's
can
a slot
survive.
machine, yeah.
Yeah,
I'm staying away from that slot machine. It did me dirty last fall. I don't want that slot
Hit the
machine.
slot machine, Fred. Or the piano.
What do you want me to hit, Priyanka?
Piano.
Slot machine? All right,
Producer
fine.
Jim says slot machine.
Fine.
Oh,
See?
he
Close.
did it again. How is that possible?
Wow. Wow. All right.
How do you hit it so perfectly like that? It just pops right out. I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
I said piano for record.
Right. Yeah, I don't like to shoot at the slot machine. As a rule,
Not unless
I'm,
it's like on the right flipper and it's like a backhand and it's
Yeah.
really easy.
Yeah.
Yes, if it's
Other
safe
than that, I
one.
won't do it.
Yeah.
If you can use it to start your game out to get a gumball lit, then you
Yeah.
can definitely use that to control the Powerball situation.
Right.
Way to go, Evan.
Yeah, no, there are times
I
where
don't know
you're,
what that
where
was.
you're
I
desperate
have
enough
no
to shoot
idea
for
how
it,
to
or
do
you
that.
just have the feel for it
Oh
on
my
a particular
gosh.
machine, but it is really
Eh.
dangerous.
Uh-oh.
Oh, boy.
Also, I have a story with Evan. Evan's first day at League.
Was way better than this. Way better than this.
So just quickly,
Go tell it.
Evan's first league week, he was at Kickback, and I had no idea who he was, and we had to play Twilight Zone at Kickback, and I'm just watching him play, and then he just gets lost in the zone on his like league game, and I was like, who the heck is this person? And I was just like sitting there, like just
Not
being, like,
anyone we know from the pinball
yeah,
community.
nobody.
and
It's just
yet
a
it's
complete
clear that
stranger. And he was like, I have this game. And I was like, congratulations.
I remember my first league finals at the old factory. I felt like the only game I really wanted to pick was Twilight Zone there, and I ended up playing you, Priyanka. I'm like, I'm going to crush this game. I'm like so good at it. I played it kickback. I'm doing well, and I just got destroyed. It goes to where they play so different on every location.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But once you get a hold of it, like once you figure out the main shots, you can really make have a long game.
Yeah.
I remember I was I was out in Baltimore in October, and they had just put a new, like a Twilight Zone out on location, and I was playing it, and I was like, wow, this game's playing real nice. And before I realized it, I had like 800 million on my ball one.
All right. Nice
Yes.
restart. So what Petey did there, he didn't get any jackpots on the multi-ball, and he knew it. And so he quickly shot the ramp to feed around to the left flipper, and then shot the lock again, and that restarts
Nice
your
jackpot.
multi-ball.
Because the time it took to go up and around that ramp was enough time for it to start.
Oh,
Yeah.
what happened there?
Yeah.
Where did the Powerball come from? Was that like a weird opto thing?
Every so often, the game will just get confused, and that was one of those times.
Well,
And those points are
congratulations.
mine.
Yeah, I guess we would rule that in your favor.
Yeah. Beneficial malfunction.
Yeah, this is definitely a game that I will not shoot a jackpot when it's on the upper flipper when you see your second ball drain for a chance to restart the multi-ball, because the restart is like the full multi-ball and you get 2 feeds around to the upper flipper usually.
Well, in that situation, do you let the ball, like, if you're here, do
Yeah.
you let it roll down? Is that safe
I
to
would
do?
hold up the flipper and let it bounce off
Okay.
the 5 million targets on the other side. Because then it'll often feed. You can just live catch on the left flipper and then shoot it back up in the block.
I want to shoot the slot machine since
I do like clock 10 millions.
You want to prove that you can do that?
Up in the chat, Fries says, do
Change
competition
of plans.
players avoid nudging for skill shots like the skill shot in Taxi, which requires ball rotation? I've never seen them try. I've seen many people nudge on a skill shot, like, you know, the one on Taxi specifically. I think I saw Colin. We went to the Super Electric Battle, and that Taxi, the skill shot was like super weirdly loose, that
Yeah.
if you did bump the game a little bit, you could get a couple extra rotations.
Yes.
He locked the
interesting.
Powerball.
Oh, well, he didn't.
If a game has a very consistent like skill shot plunge, then you don't usually want to try and mess it up by nudging or anything. But if you feel there's a little bit of extra control you can give it, then you want to do that.
Yeah,
And if you
it's
play-
like unnecessary.
Similar to the Taxi skill shot is like if you shoot the cup on
Diner, I was gonna say that.
That's one where if the tilt is a little loose, you can just keep it going for a while and
Yeah.
get way more points than you should.
CD's completely destroyed me on a game of Diner when he had been way behind simply by whacking the back of the machine perfectly and just winding up that coffee cup. It was sickening. I thought I had him, and then he just was like, I'll collect
watch
the solid
this.
coffee.
Petey, how many balls can you get up in the power?
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can you get all
2.
of them?
There's one.
I could get the other.
Do it again, do it
Oh.
again. Oh!
You can't do it. You can't keep them up there when you're doing stuff like
Yeah.
that.
Oh yeah, no. Oh.
Jackpots are bad.
Oh,
All
well.
right. Let's see the left ramp. There we
Nice.
go.
Backhanding it to prove that it's possible if you do it on the
It's
fly.
really difficult though.
Yeah, you have to do it on the fly.
Well, didn't you make it from a cradle?
I
Bianca?
did, but
Yeah.
it was not recreatable.
Okay.
I messed up doing that.
And we saw Tia try like 8 times in a row.
Oh. Still amazing Powerball Mania. That was pretty good. Getting a jackpot in Powerball Mania is pretty. Could really turn the tide if you're, you know.
Nobody's cheated a jackpot yet, right?
I don't think so. Oh, he
Okay,
did.
so I'm going to try to trap this up here. Or at least I'm not going to hit the shot. Listen to the call-outs.
Okay.
So first it's
Cousin
Adam's
It.
family.
Cousin
It.
it, yeah. There it is.
Now that's Rudy.
From Funhouse. Is that time? Oh,
Turn to your home.
that's Whirlwind.
That's Whirlwind, yeah.
That's Earthshaker.
Or should give you
Oh
that.
yeah.
Okay, it's going to make me hit something to go through the rest, so let's...
I know what one of them should be.
Isn't that Time Machine?
Welcome,
that
race fans.
Bonsai Run.
No.
Oh
And the neat thing about the scoring for that, it starts at what would be the high end of an AM dial and stops at 5.3 million, which would be the low end of an AM.
no!
Oh,
That's
that's neat.
fantastic.
And I'm assuming
I
if
did
you
not know that.
if you shoot the lock when that call out is made, then you get to hear the music from that game.
That's correct.
Whoa. Bonsai Run's good.
Bonsai Run is definitely my favorite of the music.
I would rather listen to the music for Bonsai Run, but I would rather have the points from Adam's family. Oh.
Oh wow.
Oh no. Okay. Well, that's a shame.
It's okay. I bet you're going to beat Jake's score.
It's just an unfortunate bounce, and Sling did not fire.
Okay, I'm just going to tell you guys right now, I'm not listening to anything you say. Not at all.
Okay.
Fred is a wonderful person.
But
gonna get
too
lost in
late.
the
We're in
sound?
your
I
head.
don't hear any of it. I don't hear any of it.
Shoot the lock.
I didn't say I said shoot the piano.
Yeah, I heard you saying that earlier. I'm just not listening. I normally would listen, but I'm done. Oh, that's a bad shot.
Nice catch.
There we go.
Nice. All right.
Following Priyanka's lead by making that lock shot because she made it look easy.
It looks much difficult from this angle, but it actually is quite easy. I think. I like the lock shot. It's
Oh,
pretty
dear
good.
Lord.
My
Oh, that was
favorite is fast lock.
That's terrible.
Because then you just shoot that shot over and over
My
again.
game's over.
Is it?
Almost.
Oh. Close. No.
No. There we go. All right, I'm feeling good. I'm making a couple shots. I'm feeling good. Getting a little bit of confidence here.
Yeah, you're on ball 3, so you got to get all.
I can't screw it up, so I'm just going to make this really easy shot.
Camera. No. Sorry, I yelled it really loud.
That's okay. It's totally fine.
Are you trying to post
I'm
pass?
totally under control. I am trying to post pass.
Why?
Why? Because I want to shoot the lock for the bigger jackpot.
But that's.
I want to
the-
totally
the
ruin
hole
my.
is.
I want to ruin everything.
Oh no.
Boom. No. This. Oh, I was gonna say it's gonna be bad. Okay, we're gonna shoot it in there.
Always remember, never celebrate too early.
I'm gonna celebrate
That's a-
early. I'm calling it's
Right.
going in right here.
Professional pro tip.
Yep.
Don't celebrate too early.
Okay, we're gonna do it. We're gonna do it again. We're gonna repeat. And this
He's
is
gonna
really,
get all those. He needs to get those pop-up results.
I'm gonna keep
before he
shooting that
starts the
until-
multi-ball.
There we go. Woo! I made it! Yay!
Okay.
All right. What do I want to shoot for now?
The jackpot, and then relight it, then hit the jackpot again.
All right, sweet. I'm gonna do it. 1
But it.
and 2
Okay.
and 3.
You got 3 waterfalls.
Nice.
Good job.
I missed.
Got one in the lock.
Ooh, almost did it.
Oh, he almost bounced it in.
Almost got it again.
Oh,
There's the rocket. Oh, there's what I want. Right there.
and
I missed it.
No,
I failed.
way late.
We're going right
So
there.
also
There it is.
nice. Another good tip when you're playing this game, when there is multi-ball, it is pretty difficult to kind of pay attention to where all the balls are and to know if you're set up for the jackpot shot. So the game will cue you by sounds. So you'll hear that kind of Twilight Zone sound, and that's when the magnets usually have the ball kind of stopped just for a brief
Ooh, that almost
minute so
went
you
in.
could take a shot,
Oh boy.
which
There
is
one.
pretty important if you
There goes
don't,
one.
if you're unfamiliar.
Oh, that's bad. Right down the middle.
And there's kind of like an interesting, I don't know if we've seen this, but on a lot of Twilight Zones, if you're having trouble
Oh,
doing
was
that,
beautiful.
you can
All right,
fire
I got a little
right
lucky on that.
up to there,
I'll take it.
and typically you'd want to leave the upper left flipper down, and you can bounce it off straight into the piano shot right there.
I'm getting close to the lost in
Beautiful.
the zone here. I got one whole thing. Sweet.
It's just one more step on your journey.
Yeah, nice.
Okay, so we're going to do this, and then we're going to shoot the center ramp, hopefully. No, that's going to fail, and that's going to be bad.
Oh,
Jake is feeling my pain.
I am.
He's
I know your
reliving
pain.
his
I know
game.
your pain personally.
He's reliving his game. And we're going to see what we want to do. We want to bounce over. Ooh,
That was
Oh my goodness.
tenuous.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah, it was a little
Good
bit
recovery
nerve-wracking.
there.
I'm just getting kind of complacent with the bounce over because I'm getting so used to it.
yeah. So there's a lot of trust in that bounce over versus like if you go to a game at a different location, like DJ's. Anytime I played his,
Game's evil.
sometimes the bounce over will be perfect. Sometimes the bounce over will be right down the middle if you're not ready.
Yeah.
So you can't leave the flippers down.
Yeah, and
You
then
just have
sometimes
to-
it'll just shoot it right down the middle, right?
Yeah, you have to take it
Ball by
Read
ball.
it
one
every
kick out at
single
a time.
Yeah.
Oh, that's bad.
Yeah, there are machines too that you'll find where it'll hit hard enough off the first one that it'll bounce over and hit the bottom of the slingshot, and the slingshot will fire and it'll fly up, and it's just one of the things about Twilight Zone. Twilight Zone's really a game where if you're given even a 30-second practice ball in a tournament, if for one that you haven't played, there's just so much that you can learn about how you're going to play that game by seeing what that kick out looks like, and what the bounce
such an
over
early
is.
shot.
I have a side question. Have you ever found like a Twilight Zone on location that, and you were like completely surprised, like it was like someplace that you never thought there would be one?
They do show up in really strange places.
Really strange places. You will like walk in and be like, oh my gosh, this is a Twilight Zone. I had to go to Cooperstown, New York for a wedding, and I made sure to have enough time to go to the Baseball Hall of Fame. And it was like a really good day. And then I was like, you know what? Let's do a good day. Let's go to the batting cages next door. Walk to the batting cages next door. There was a Twilight Zone.
Twilight Zone.
It was like, okay, we'll just like, you know, bat around a little bit and then play some Twilight Zone. It was like a really good weekend. But I was blown away that there was one there.
Jeez, I'm terrible.
So a
with
little
these
bit
shots
ago,
right now.
Code in Crisis followed us.
This is
so
awful.
Thank you for that.
Nice.
This is not fun right now. I'm missing everything.
You're playing.
I'm missing everything.
You're still playing.
I'm still playing, but I'm missing
Maybe you'll
absolutely
make-
everything.
All right. There. Oh.
Oh, no. He's right.
Flip harder.
All right. We're going to do the different ramp this time.
I don't
no,
think
we're
it's.
not.
I don't think
Flippers
it's
are dying.
flipping. I think it's believe harder.
No, I think it's the flippers are just really weak right now.
Your pop bumpers are doing something special. Look at that, Polynesian
I'm staying
pinball.
away
Thank
from
you
those things. I'm staying away from
for the
those
follow.
pop bumpers. This is not enjoyable to watch. I apologize. This is stressful. There we go.
Well, he did get all of his pop-uppers flashing, so we've got that.
That's
Where's the
bad.
gumball at? Can you do that?
Uh-oh, this is bad.
Oh, that's the end.
That's the end of my game. That was an excruciating 10 minutes of pinball.
Phosphor size. I'm saying that completely wrong. Is it possible to get good enough in competition only having played simulators, or is the experience way too different? Does anyone really know anything about those?
I would say, I mean, I've played pinball in the simulators, and I think it's very predictable compared to what it's like to play on a physical machine, right? Like the kickouts on a simulator are very consistent compared to the kickouts on other machines.
Real world.
I think nudging in the real world is just completely different than nudging on simulators.
I think
It's almost like a dance.
It is a great way though to kind of like practice your mental processes when you're
Yeah.
playing a game. Like a game like this, you want to get a flow for what you're doing. You don't want to just shoot random shots. You want to
Right.
think, do I want to shoot left ramp, right ramp, piano, and then go from there.
Yeah.
And it lets you kind of like formulate your strategies. But yeah, if you are going to play in competition, at some point you're going to have to realize that every game is very different.
Yeah.
And the only way to get a feel and to learn how to adapt quickly is to get experience on real machines.
So I've honestly never really played simulators. I've kind of sworn them off because I'm just so used to the real thing. I feel like nudging would be so difficult. But the only fake pinball I ever played was Space Cadet, and I think I will still play that.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. I mean, I have met people that lived in a place where there was like one pinball machine at the bowling alley, and it was whatever the modern Stern is, and they had no experience for anything else, and yet they knew the rules of 50 games because they had played them all intensely on the simulator and learned it. So I think that's actually a really good feature for the simulators, is that you just can learn the complex rule sets and what you're trying to do on lots of different games. The first Pinburgh I ever played in, I was in a group with a person that had never played an EM machine. Like in his life, he had never played an EM machine until Pinburgh, and it was like, well, you're gonna have a great weekend.
Oh yeah, and there's a lot of potential for making mistakes on in terms of tournament procedure, getting disqualified on an EM.
Yeah.
So
Well, it was funny because the game, I don't remember which one it was, but the game we were playing was one of those ones that has a pop bumper between the flippers.
yeah,
And he was just like, he like walked up to the machine and he looked down and he's like, what is this?
EMs are wonderful and beautiful in their art, and I love
I
them.
do too.
Oh my gosh.
But yeah, they are a different world.
Is this
Wow.
is this the Evan that was the one that got lost in zone for the first league game?
Yeah, you know which one that is? It's this one. This guy got lost
Can
in
you
the
believe
zone.
it?
His
I mean,
first
as
league
terrible
week.
as I am, that actually happened.
I was so irritated.
Priyanka was seriously like, "Who the hell is this guy? Just walks in off the street."
All right.
Yeah, I wasn't
Decides to
expecting
join
to
our
win.
league.
I just had a really good game, and then he just
Well,
like keeps playing
between
forever.
you and I, that day didn't start out so well either. So
Hey, Evan, you could have gotten a Powerball or a power field there.
Our PPL Bob says, "Is this the tilting Evan?"
Yes, this is the tilt.
You know what? He tilted so hard earlier in practice.
Oh no, he
There it
tilted.
is.
Now, what I tried to do there, you can, if you time it right, you can cheat because that display for the Add-A-Ball is so long. You could plunge the ball, cancel the buy-in, and then the ball's into the slot machine, and it'll give you a slot machine because it doesn't know better.
Wow. I thought I knew all the tricks on Twilight Zone, but I guess I don't have my buy-in turned on, so.
Yeah. This is one of my favorite games to use for pin golf tournaments because there's so many things you can do with it.
Yeah.
Beat battling the power, hitchhikers, door panels,
Yep.
points, robots.
Go for dead ends.
Yep.
No.
No,
That's cruel.
that's too
just
mean.
cruel.
All right.
Well, he has to light it first.
No, I don't.
Oh, Tessie in the chat.
Oh, you're right.
He insulted my hair, and then I gave him the side eye and told him he had no hair.
Okay, so what they want me to do is try to get a dead end. If I would roll it through this in lane, this shot would be lit for an award. But I mean, it's hard enough to shoot.
Some people will alley pass if they're trying for
it's
this
not-
challenge.
If
but
it's not lit for the dead end, it'll give you a different award. Let's see if I can get that.
What?
Because
Oh, like that?
letting clock millions timed out is such a
Yeah,
great strategy.
What do you get for a dead end again, other than being real cool?
I'm already real
You get
cool,
the
but we'll
town-
see what
you
I can
get
do.
2x town square.
Oh.
Yeah, it can be worth a good bit. If you get 3 of them, you can get an extra ball if those are turned on. I don't think it is
So,
cheap.
Gamma Goat has an interesting question. It says, is that illegal in tournament play because the buy-in is still on the previous player? Do you
would-
mean like starting the ball, or?
No, trying to sneak that free slot machine.
If you're playing in a tournament that has that extra ball button on, you're playing in the wrong tournament.
Yeah, but you never know. And it could be casual play.
I would say that you should have to let that time out
Yes.
before the next player can play.
Nah, couldn't get it over.
Oh, wow.
No dead end for me.
Hi, Elson.
All right, let's see if I can add a digit.
You can do it. You can do it. What was your game, Jake? Like 16 million?
Yes. Like
16.
3, it was way below what 3 skill
Okay.
shots would have been.
Yeah, so he got
I could've
16
just done
million.
skill shots. That's what I was
Yeah,
saying.
that's right.
you
If you need to beat me, just get the skill shot.
Easily, Allison,
All right,
easily.
well, let's
Then
see if
you
I
can-
can't get this. This will be really embarrassing if I don't. And I did it. Wow.
Oh,
No, you
Oh,
got
well,
it.
That's sad.
Nice. Okay.
in control. Shoots the ramp. Lights lock. Still good. Gets the lock. So she can take the multi-ball right now.
By
at a lower
shooting that
value,
left
or
ramp?
she can lock another ball and
What's the best?
Build up the
what's the
jackpot
best
value.
idea? I guess for. Oh well, I guess I went for that.
yep.
Well, I'm saying like on ball 3, if you want points quickly and you know, it's a hard playing Twilight Zone, obviously I would go for the ramp, which you did
Yeah.
without even thinking, which is beautiful.
Very much an accident.
I think most players will try and get their second lock at least because there's a very big jump in the jackpot.
Yeah, that's right. You didn't get a jackpot, so you can restart it. Just shoot the lock again.
You got it. You have
You
plenty
got
of
lots
time.
Yeah. How long is the?
It's usually 10 seconds, 10
No.
slow seconds. Oh, wow.
No, that might not be.
five.
Oh no!
Oh,
Oh no! I got.
but you still got
I
me.
think I did. Yeah. All right.
Congratulations. You beat
What an
Jake.
accomplishment.
And Jake owns this game.
All right, we're going to do another one from our sponsors. Pindigo is the premier social scoring app for pinball players. You can save your scores, follow your friends, compare and compete. It's available for iOS and Android. You can check it out at pindigo.app.
So we have some upcoming broadcasts. PAPAtv, January 14th, we're going to be doing Wheel of Fortune and Game Show. January 21st, Whirlwind, Buck Rogers, and Big Flipper. Colin.
There we go.
And then January 28th, South Park, Pro Football, and the Party Zone.
All right. Cool.
How's it going? We have a couple, some stars that PD left us. Number one is, I guess I'm starting from the bottom because that's me. The Twippies. Please vote for us. The Twippies. You can vote for best Twitch stream, best YouTube channel, best show, Replay FX, and best tournament, which is Pinburgh. If you've heard of it.
The best tournament.
It's not
It's
bad.
pretty good.
It's not, I don't even have to have any
A lot of work goes
prejudice
into
it.
Yeah. So
awesome.
if you like what we make, what we work on, and our tournaments, Replay FX, just give us a fun little vote. We'd really appreciate it.
I guess upcoming is Indisc. The Open is coming up this weekend at the Museum of Pinball in Banning, California. That's a wonderful tournament, very high quality. I believe it's a ticket format tournament. So if you
Yes.
are familiar with the PPO, it's going to be similar to that. And I believe it's the first event of the new circuit. So players are going to try and start getting points for next year's circuit finals.
So Nationals is coming up. That also includes Canada. That's it. Registration closes at 9 p.m. today, I think. So if you want to compete in your local state championship and you qualified, go register before the time. Yeah, check your email.
You should,
check your spam.
Your state representative should have sent you an email.
Yeah, and I think it's January 18th, correct? So everyone is
next weekend.
playing in states at the same time, which is pretty cool.
You're only able to play in one state, which
Yeah.
is fair. You got to make your choice and then play your best.
Yep. I'm playing in West Virginia. Because that's where I qualified.
Nice. And then last on our list is Ed Williams. We wanted to give a special shout out for him. His father recently had a really bad fire on his house, so he has a GoFundMe. He's a really good pinball player. He also helps run our Fight Club's tournaments. Really good guy. So if you want to support him, his father, there's a GoFundMe. It's the Ed WV Fire, and then we could like post that link somewhere for you to look at.
It's on tinyurl at tinyurl.com/edwvfire.
Thanks. So I think that was it. We're gonna go check out Card Whiz, which is a #1 game.
Yep.
Do you guys like Card Whiz?
Yeah, I love this game. Not always good at it, but I love it.
I love it. This is the 2-player version. If anyone knows the 4-player version, it's the same playfield, just with
What's that
4
one
players.
called? Does it have a different name, or is it the same name?
I think it has a different name. I think it's maybe like Royal Flush or something.
Let's try that again.
Yeah, we actually
Tia
streamed.
wanted a little practice ball there.
We streamed Royal Flush for our pre-Pinburgh. Minburgh.
Oh,
stream, I
right, the
believe.
Minburgh.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Maybe it's not Royal Flush. It's something to do with cards, obviously, and jokers. Definitely not Joker Poker, because it's a different playfield. So this is a Gottlieb. So if you don't hit any switches, do you get the ball back? The answer is
I
no.
would think not.
Just so you know.
I would not bet on that. So this game has a really interesting bonus strategy, right? You have to build up hands, and each one of them, the 1,000 point, 2,000 point, 3,000 point, and 4,000 point bonus lights there come from combinations of the card drop targets.
So Card Whiz, here's some facts about it. It came out July 1976. It's an EM, so that means it's electromechanical. There were 3,250 units confirmed that were made. And I had...
That's such a nice save, too.
Little insert magic there.
Designed by Ed Krinsky and art by Gordon Morrison. Yes, the 4-player version of this game is Gottlieb's 1976 Royal Flush. I was right.
Royal Flush, yes.
I had no idea this game was rated #1, which is really cool because you don't see it that much, I think.
There was one at the Helicon Open, so that was kind of cool.
Uh-oh.
I just like those jokers. They always taunt me because, you know, for the most part, I never really knew how to play this. All I knew was the more jokers you had, the better it went. And then you can get that bonus and that saucer right there. And that will also, that lights your double bonus too, I think. Am I wrong? I don't know.
I'm not sure. I believe double bonus is often set for ball 3 or 5, depending on how many balls it's set to. But
Yes.
I'm not sure if there's a way to get it during the course of the game.
Also, a cool thing to look at is there is a gate on this game. So if you were just coming up to it, the way to get the gate is this lane right here. You can go, what is it, down, and you can go up and, you know, open the gate.
They're all frantic left. Oh my
Fly.
gosh, look at the scores though.
Oh, wow.
Oh, that's awesome.
Wow.
Take a photo.
That's
We're live.
pretty amazing.
Yeah.
Legally Blind Gamer is now following. Awesome.
Oh,
Thanks for the follow.
So Good Maki says in the chat, left orbit all day. Yeah, so a lot of people do left orbit all day on this game. It is a bit of a tough shot to get it all the way up because you do like those top lanes. If you can get out any of those jokers on the plunge, that's great. Or if you can go up this left orbit and feed up to those top lanes.
Yeah.
It's pretty clutch. if
Yeah,
you need
anytime
to.
you get a joker in this game, it lights the corresponding colored targets, right? So it lights, you know, if you get the white one, it lights the white one in the saucer, and it lights that white one that's on the left orbit. If you get the green one, it lights the green one in the saucer, and that right?
Nope.
Right in lane and left out lane are green, and if you get the red one, then you get the left in lane and the right out lane that light up.
So, oh yeah, go ahead.
I was just curious, can you bypass these bonuses? Like, I mean, if I wanted to go for the Royal Flush, which obviously is the hardest to get, I don't have to build it, right, from the bottom?
No, you can absolutely get the top. You can get a 5,000 bonus and
Cool.
Speak Notes 1988. Thanks for following.
To get the Royal Flush, you might have to knock down enough things that you get something else.
Is this one of those games where you definitely don't want to drain out of the middle if you could try not to? Because you still get points from the out lanes. Sometimes.
Yep.
Only if they're lit.
Yeah, if you collect the joker, then it should light the outlanes.
Oh no.
Did too much.
Can you shots the inlane 3K, says Gamma Goat. I don't know.
Good try.
Do you want to
Give it
try,
a try.
Tia?
Sure.
Oh, this is your
possible.
double bonus ball.
Yep.
It's probably game dependent. Those,
Why don't you light it first?
yeah. Well, she's also got double bonus on this ball, so looks like that's for
give
a
it-
ball 5 thing.
Producer Jim said that was a bad
Oh
punch.
gosh.
Yes,
Thanks,
but
Jim.
you did. Kawan, thank you for following.
Oh man, if I had a little bit of a lower score, I might just drain to see if I could match it up.
Yeah, you
Not
guys
that-
are really
you know,
neck
that'd be
and neck
fun.
here.
Yeah.
So plunge is pretty important on this game. If you can get a lane or get it onto that pop and let that pop kind of nudge
Do
it
its
over
thing,
there.
yeah.
Yeah.
Work.
So what makes this game a little bit hard to kind of gauge when you're staring at it is like, look how skinny and tall the slings are. So if it doesn't fire, if the ball just rolls against it, it kind of will redirect it down the middle.
Yeah.
And the hole is much larger.
Yeah. Well, and there's that that area on the right hand
just restart
side
it?
that's yellow. The slings just throw it up there, and it can just die on that on the side wood lane.
Oh, right here.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep.
And on the opposite side, on the right hand side, where the yellow is against the wood.
Oh,
right?
yeah,
the
like the
slings will just
king.
throw it over there. Yeah.
That's so. It's interesting, Priyanka. I don't think I could even hit that lane if I wanted to. And I mean, sorry, not the out lane, the orbit.
Val, thanks for following. Hi, Val. Oh my gosh.
Is that our Val?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
I think so.
Our Val meaning
That's our Val.
the Val we know from PPL.
Oh, it's Fred.
Hi.
Hi,
You
Fred.
look so tall compared to this game.
That's because I am. Ha. Nah, it's okay. Yeah, it's as opposed to whenever Bookbinder's playing Hollywood Heat.
There you go.
Come on.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, never mind.
So that's a pretty interesting, like,
Goodbye.
he almost shot it from the left flipper up this way, and it could almost bank this way, but I think, once again, the best way to get it up top is that 3,000 left orbit. Yeah, the gaps are huge in between the flippers. It's hard to see on this angle, but it's pretty ginormous.
And you don't want to do something like that.
Hashtag that gap.
Yeah.
All right, I'm back.
Hi, Fred.
Hi.
Get some jokers,
I'm
please.
going to try. I plunged too hard last ball.
There you go. And
There we go.
Green.
Oh, can you see if you can get that 3,000 left or out
Sure.
lane? How
I'll try.
or left in lane, left
Oh, there it
orbit?
is.
I can't
Nice.
talk.
Almost. I did it kind of a weird way, but almost. We'll try to get it as soon as I get control here. If I get control, which may happen. There we go.
Getting bonus.
Yeah.
All right, so you want me to shoot this right here, right?
Yes, the left
Okay, let's see if I
orbit.
can do that. Oh, that was too early. Way too early.
It's a bit of a tough shot.
Okay, we're going to get it right here. Just for you, Priyanka.
Oh no.
Oh, that was terrible. That was terrible, too. Oh, my God.
I don't think he's trying.
Oh, this is going to end up badly.
Still, that was a really good ball. He did score a lot of
Yeah, that
points,
orbit
despite
is-
the fact that he didn't make any of the shots he was trying for.
Nice joker. So that also, yeah, that lights that saucer for.
Oh!
So the flippers on this game feel a little bit shallow if you're compared to modern flippers. So if you do any kind of half flipping, it will kind of kill the ball's speed, and
There
then
we
it
go.
will like go half the distance that you think it will. And since the gap in between the flippers is so big,
big, yeah.
a lot of times it will just go right down the middle. But it's hard because you want to get a piece of it, and you don't expect the
This is
flippers
bad.
to
This
be
is
so
real bad.
shallow.
I think typically on this kind of flipper, if you want to try and slow it
There
down,
you
you
go.
got to do a
Nice.
drop catch or something like that.
And every EM's
Oh.
different.
All right, we're going to try it again, Priyanka. Nope. I
I'm
should
just
do it on
happy
the
this
fly.
isn't a game where the flipper buttons are like
Ooh.
inside the cabinet.
Oh yeah, I
Yeah.
hate those. That's a great way to miss a flip.
Oh, I do it all the time.
Yeah, you just do that nice, perfect slap on the side of the machine, and absolutely nothing happens. Oh.
Oh no. I think I might have actually. No.
Yeah, if you're trying to get the hand for points, what you need to do is shoot the drop targets that are in the middle of the field, matching whatever it says on the bonus count. So the bottom one is kings or jacks. I believe. So get either 2 kings or 2 jacks. Second one is kings and jacks. 3,000 is for getting
So much
3
fun.
queens. Full house, which would be 2 of one and 3 of another. I'm not sure if it's specific. I guess it's queens and jacks or queens and kings would be a full house.
Right.
Or then the last one is royal flush, which is all of every other target, ace, king, or
That's
queen,
okay.
jack, 10 of red.
Sorry, I'm saying hi to my daughter. Sorry.
Hi, Fred. Phosphorize says in the chat, notice Fred has an Oilers cap. Hi from Edmonton, Fred.
What's up?
Right.
McDavid had a nasty goal the other night. That was disgusting.
Okay.
Love it. Love it. That's better than watching Chris Letang give the puck away 80 times a game.
Wait, did you see that?
And you
ludicrous
drained
display?
for that. That's what you get.
Hey, that's pinball karma, but Chris Letang stinks this year, and he's going to the All-Star game, which makes no sense.
I'm sorry, I got him started.
All right.
Hey, I'm sorry.
So-
If there's one thing about anything that I'm more passionate about than pinball, it's definitely hockey.
All right.
Definitely hockey.
So Pinball Tom
Yeah.
points out that behind all the stand-up targets, or
Bye-bye.
drop targets that are there, there's actually some, you can see them here on the display, the 500 and the 1,000
Oop, right here.
targets that are back there. So if you knock the
Bye-bye.
drop targets down,
That was
then you
bad.
can collect the targets that are behind them. That can be pretty lucrative, but it can also send the ball screaming back down the center.
Hi, Petey.
Hi, Priyanka.
That's a nice plunge.
Yeah, now I gotta.
You're really wailing
my-
on it.
Oh, wow, I'm trapped. What do I do?
When is the last time that happened?
Yeah, 500 points for that target. I think I should go for that 3 pip. Yeah, 500.
Nice.
Oh.
Gets the in lane.
It's funny because the
Oh,
out
and
lanes
that's
are
the end of that.
really wide. Like, there's a lot of space in here.
Right down the middle.
So if the ball, if it like hits that sidewall and you don't slap the side, it will kind of just like redirect it down the out lane.
Well, I'll take that.
Nice.
That was
That's
nice.
pretty acceptable.
And these lane guides
Acceptable.
are
That was-
pretty low.
Yes, it was, Jake. sorry, Priyanka. That was a great way of describing it, Jake.
What?
No, whenever I did something, I got a roll down after I lit the white on the orbit, and Jake said that was acceptable.
He shot he missed the plunge, but he got the pop bumper and it hit the stand-up target.
This is
Oh,
bad.
nice.
And then it flew over into the thing and rolled down the 3,000 lane.
It did something very favorable. All right, we're gonna go orbit for Priyanka.
Huh?
Boom.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Wow.
nice.
There it is.
There's a lot of
and
power in
almost-
that.
You
Wow.
almost got it twice.
We're gonna do it again. We're gonna do something stupid right here.
Oh,
well, maybe
he's
you
just
can't
showing
shots.
off
Maybe you
now.
can't shots here.
Hit that saucer.
I did shots.
And and they're all
Oh.
lit. Now you got to shoot for the saucer.
Yeah.
Wizard mode.
Victory
We're in
lap.
wizard mode now.
Victory lap.
That's bye.
Spelled with W-H-I-Z.
Wizard.
Card wizard mode.
Yeah.
CB Darden. Thanks for following. I'm sorry if I'm saying this wrong. It's so hard to pronounce usernames. I try my best.
Now I got to see him do that, and I know I can't do half those things. Guess it's
Just-
flail and pray.
Oh. Is that a magician? Is it like, I'm confused what the theme is. I thought it was cards.
But it's a
card
wizard. Yeah.
Card Whiz. Oh my gosh.
Right, he's like a magician. That
I didn't
does
realize
card
Whiz
tricks.
stood for wizard. I feel so.
That was great calling though by saying wizard mode. That was pretty cool.
Wizard.
Whiz. It's like what Stewie's saying. Cool whip. Cool whip.
Oh no. So yeah, there's like cards, there's like a clown, there's jokers, and
There's
then there's
stuff.
a wizard.
All right, we're gonna try that. Hit some targets. Come on, don't do me dirty. There we go.
Hi, This Week in Pinball. Yeah, there's some really good card games. I like this game, or the game called Royal Flush, which is the same. It's 4 players.
Alien poker, baby.
Alien Poker's
Poker's
good. Joker Poker. Asteroid Annie.
That's right, Annie.
Wait, did you say This Week in Pinball is in the chat?
Oh.
I don't know, but Alexander Kazmarczyk's nominated for Most Interesting Player, and it's
He's
not me
pretty
and it's not
interesting.
Fred, and so it's probably accurate.
Yeah.
What's another good card game?
Right.
No.
That's an
one.
underrated game. I actually don't
Yeah,
mind that game.
it's
It's a
okay.
little bit
Yeah,
weird as
it's
far
good.
as the rules.
It's
Oh,
a
that's
good
right,
game.
James. Like every time
Yeah,
James
I'm
talks to me
sorry.
through the headset, you guys can't hear him. So
He's in
we were
our
talking
brain.
about
He said
Poker
World
Tour.
Poker
World Poker
Tour.
Tour. Good game.
King of Diamonds
Oh,
is a fun
big
one.
deal. Big deal.
Mm-hmm.
King of Diamonds.
It's no big flipper, but you know.
What's that wedge head you used to have? Queen of Hearts?
Queen of Hearts, yeah.
That's a good one.
That was a league. That wasn't that
No,
a league
that's a
giveaway
wood
game?
rail.
Didn't you get that in a league giveaway game, James?
No. The Queen of Hearts I got.
Oh, okay.
Where did I get it from? I got it from Pat.
Sometimes leagues give away games to their players, so go join a league.
Break shot.
Break shot.
Oh, God.
Oh, 8-Ball Deluxe.
Ooh, I lit something.
That's a good card game.
And I
Hey,
collected
8-Ball
it.
Deluxe? That's a pool game.
Pool games.
No blackjack.
No blackjack.
I can't. I'm going to stop now.
Jacks to
Oh,
open.
King of Diamonds. You're cheating. You
I'm
Googled
not.
it.
I think we should
I
do-
looked at the Magfest to remember King of Diamonds.
Nice.
I do not have a list up.
He has Google up. He's like pub triviaing this.
We
wrong
need
with
to
that?
we need to do a PAPAtv that's like the battle of the pool games.
He used the gate, guys. He used the gate.
Nice.
All right.
All right. We need to do a PAPAtv that's a battle of the pool games versus the card games.
Pool's
Like,
gonna win.
I don't know, some bracket like till we get.
Oh,
to the
now what
best,
do I do?
To the best 2 games, and then we play.
Oh
them
my
on
gosh,
TV.
he got the royal flush. Everything's lit, guys.
This is the true wizard mode.
Oh.
Everything but that. That wasn't lit.
Da, 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 da.
Was that ball 5? No.
Although that was still massive.
That was ball 4.
Yeah.
Double bonus ball. Anyone can take it.
Not me, probably. Great ball. See if we can get some targets down.
So would you suggest going for drops first?
It just depends. I think it's situational. So that's bad. Oh.
Oh.
I suggest going for the white joker first, and then shooting.
I should have made a slide save there.
So you can't do that. We got pinball feet. Pin feet. Yeah, I thought that's what you were doing, and I was like, wow.
He's got to roll it now.
I'm going
The
to try.
comp-
Okay, there.
The confidence.
Sorry, Pete.
That's all right. So what, I get bookie next?
So we're gonna go over PinballMIX. Have you ever thought what it would be like to have the best music possible in one of my pinball machines? Mark from PinballMIX will upgrade your machine with smooth cuts, tight loops, and balanced levels. He does this with music you get to choose. There are plenty of mods that enhance what you see. PinballMIX can enhance what you hear. Here's what others are saying. Ben from Midland, Texas says he does a professional job and loops things to perfection. That's the wrong page.
Yep.
I'm sorry. We only have one page. Oh, there it
Kevin
is.
from Buffalo Pin says this is the best.
He says, love
mod-
the mix that PinballMIX did for me. It's a great way to breathe some life into your favorite games. Paul from Pinside says, I found this the best bang for buck mod I could personally add to a game I love. Go to pinballmix.com to see videos of Mark's work, or just email Mark directly at pinballmix@gmail.com for more info.
And if anyone's curious, we actually do these ads live.
Someone mass shuffled all the papers.
If
so
I was gonna
I was trying my best.
Have Mark set up a pinball mix for Twilight Zone, I'd have him put Golden Earrings Twilight Zone on the mix. And In the Air Tonight by Genesis.
Oh, that would be good.
I hear you can mix those two songs really well.
What? Cool.
Oh, so much slingshot excitement. Nice. So Petey
He's
hit
getting
the
flourishy.
machine sideways there to get more action off that slingshot, so it came to his left flipper.
I think Petey's turning into the wizard, the card whiz.
Until I do something dumb.
Yeah. Well, all right. Gets an inlane.
So the cool thing with
Oh,
EMs
It's
is
a Joker.
all right.
oh, nice. Cool thing with EMs like this, if the ball's rolling down the in lane really fast, you could possibly roll it over. Nice.
All right.
Wow.
Wow.
I've never seen so many inlanes. Beautiful. Ace. Aces. 3,000.
PD's.
Oh,
I don't know who he's playing against, but I feel bad for them already.
We're.
Oh,
Thank you for the
nice
show.
ball.
Thank you.
Wow.
That was really. That was really good. That was really good. I will clap for that.
I'll take this for the team.
Wow.
That was amazing. Just
All right,
clip that
Evan.
whole ball.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's how you play the game.
Way to go, Plunger Pete.
Nice.
He's got one king.
He does. Shh, quiet,
No
please.
jokers.
And
No, nothing
no
else.
anything.
No ball. Not anymore.
Straight. God Maki in the chat says, PD no likey dead bouncy. That is correct. That is correct. PD does not like the dead bouncy. He is a on the fly.
I don't want an EM.
He's the on the fly person.
Thank you, insert.
Whoa.
Wow.
Yeah. For those of you wondering, the insert's maybe a tad cupped.
You guys re-leveled this machine, right?
Wait, that was your job, Jake. This never ends well.
Oh, nice, nice.
Yeah, producer Jim has a note for God Mackie that. Oh, sorry, Good Mackie.
God
Like
Mackie.
the sushi. Sorry. There are some really. There is an amazing competitive players who never cradle the ball. Can you think of any? I know Andre.
Andre.
Yeah,
is
Andre
He's an on the
Mazikov
fly.
is the-
Yeah, so there are some pretty good players who, won't dead bounce. They are what you would say is on the fly, and they just kind of get in the zone and just keep flipping.
If it's their style and they feel the flow, they're scoring points. That's all that matters.
So we've been talking, and Evan's been getting some. No,
He's getting some
no,
points.
he's getting some points. Pretty good. So Fred is in the booth now. Hi, Fred.
Hi, Priyanka. How are you?
Good. Just
Always-
watching some Whiz, Card Whiz.
Card Whiz.
Cheese whiz.
Card Whiz. That was a good ball by Evan after his first two abysmal balls. He had a great third ball. So hopefully he can catch
Yeah.
up to Pete because Pete's in
Petey-
fuego.
Yeah, PD is feeling the bounces. He knows how the game's playing now. He is card whizzing it up.
Oh my,
Oh my
God.
God, that
Nailing
save
these
again.
It's like
saves.
the 18th save that he's made like that. This is ridiculous.
So when you're nudging games, I feel like nudging EMs is completely different than, nudging a DMD.
Oh, sure.
And, the moves that he's making where he's like putting his hands on the games and kind of moving it to the side a little bit, which is like, moving the game so the sidewall hits the ball and redirects it is perfect.
And that is a form of control. So even though he doesn't trap up and slow down, he's putting control into the game.
As he traps up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hi, Ed Williams is in the chat. He says hi, Fred and Pri. And then
Hi,
Colin Dundees is here too. We all say hi. Hope you're doing okay. We plugged your GoFundMe. If anyone wants, the link is up in the chat, but it is tinyurl.com/edwvfire.
Ed's a solid human.
Yeah, he helps TD Fight Clubs, which is my favorite, weekly tournament that we have here, kind of in the winter months.
He's also an assistant Pinburgh tournament director, and if I didn't have Tracy working with me on D, I'd like to have Ed.
Hey, I want
Solid
to just
guy.
remind you of something. I know there's targets behind the targets, Pete, but you already had all the targets down.
Yeah, look at all those.
Wow.
He royal flushed
81,180.
in your face.
Ball three.
Evan.
So we were just talking about how Evan had a good ball, a
matter.
ball two to get
matter.
close to Pete, and then Pete just stomped a mud hole in him. That was that.
Stomped a mud hole.
Stomped a mud hole in him.
Steve Austin style.
And that's the bottom line.
Who's that?
I don't know who that is. Some bald dude.
I'm just joking.
Some bald dude with beer.
Some guy with no hair.
Yeah, he
Already
likes
got
to
that
drink.
color.
He likes to drink. He's funny. Did you ever watch when he does the taste test with like Shirley Temples and just whatever random drinks they give him? It's one of the funniest things to watch on YouTube. If you ever get a chance, just do Steve Austin taste testing. It's
You got
hilarious.
no love off of that pop bumper. It did nothing.
Yeah, I do agree with Brian Tessier in the chat. Ed said thank you. Our kindness is amazing. Ed, you're a solid human. I would gladly have you work with us anytime. So hope for the best for your dad.
All right, Petey, are you gonna roll it?
No.
Okay.
He's got a double bonus on the next ball, so
Yeah. Let's get some jokers, maybe some cards,
Also,
or
too,
a gate.
Ed Williams will be joining us in New York. We'll be going for the New York City Pinball Championships again. And
Oh wow.
myself and Ed will be going along with Jared, if I'm not mistaken, and anybody else who wants to go to
All
New
right.
York. It's in May.
Doors wide open.
They just announced it.
Ooh, I'll think about that.
Yeah, they just announced it the 14th through the 18th. Give a plug for Levy and the
Oh, no.
New York City Pinball Championships. They'll be in their third year. And
Will G Fuel be there?
G Fuel, that's, I don't know. That's not my realm. Oh, almost a Lazarus.
Almost. I was waiting for it.
But going to New York City every year is like a highlight for me. I love going there. It's my it's one of my favorite places on earth.
That's cool. I had never would have thought that.
I love New York City. I've been there probably about 20 times now.
Have you been to any good shows there?
Yeah, actually last year I saw Meshuggah there.
Nice.
And I lost my shoe and got a concussion. It was pretty awesome. So
No, 95.
Oh,
Darn.
Petey.
of course you would think that is awesome.
it was a great time. I went with my brother traveled up with me and
Didn't roll it.
had a great show. It was a lot of fun, and that was my first show in New York City, so it was a lot of fun. Really enjoyed it.
So Evan has a lot to do.
He'll be fine. He has double bonus. He's trying to. I don't know. What was that? A tap pass?
It was a
It was
Yeah,
like a
shats.
half
A
tap,
shat
half
pass. A shat pass.
You can't say that.
soda crack.
Soda
thank
Crack
you.
is now following. Thank you, Soda Crack, for tuning in.
Soda crack. Thanks, man.
Is that like Jolt Cola? Everybody missed my joke. That's okay. It was a bad one.
I
was
blacked
Maybe it's
out.
more like Surge.
Well, okay, so Jolt Cola probably was the original Soda Crack. Like before any of that, the power drinks came out, Jolt Cola was it.
What was it? Pepsi, Crystal Pepsi.
Oh, that was awful.
Jolt
That
was
so bad.
Jolt was solid, but I was always a Surge fan.
Oh, what was that other discontinued soda?
Oh, there's a bunch of them.
No, the famous one.
All right, Phosphorize is asking when the next Papa Championships. I'd Google it, but I'd rather ask. It's still in the making, but I know it is going to be. It's going to be making a comeback. It's just a matter of what year it's going to be. It'll be sometime soon, but we're not 100% sure. So it will happen. We're just trying to make it the best it possibly can be, since we're in a new location and it won't be held in our building. We're trying to figure out the best way to represent the World Championship in a great way, like we always do. So it will be coming back. It's just a matter of making it work the best for us.
Borg
Looks like we got some biddies here.
Thanks for the biddies. Look at that big
Sweet.
biddy on Jake's face.
Look at that. It is. It is on his face. Triangle right on Jake's head.
It was good. Thank you. Do that
Good job.
again.
Thanks again, Bordog.
Oh my goodness.
Coke 2.
Yeah.
Fago soda.
Don't forget about Coke 2. Slice was a good one. There's no more Slice.
Oh,
right?
we talked about that a couple weeks ago. Orange Slice with roller
Yeah.
games.
What's the other one? It begins with an F. That was just
Fanta.
Not Fanta. Fanta's still in
Is
existence.
Fanta still around?
Yes.
I don't know.
Absolutely. We said Crystal Pepsi.
Yeah, we were talking about that sludge.
Um,
What was the other? You said it was an F?
I think so.
There was Fanta, there was Fago.
It was like a
Fresca?
Fresca.
Good
Fresca
call.
is
Look
that.
at Colin wins.
Go get yourself a Fresca.
Colin wins.
Is that
Oh,
like
Tab.
aspirin or
Tab is it. Tab is the
Tab
other
two.
one. There was the
Fresca
Tab 2.
with phenylalanine.
No.
Tab 2, the sequel.
Fresca was a line from Caddyshack. How about a Fresca? So, yeah, and Fago is only if you're down with the clown. Good Mackie says. Yes, if you're done with the clown and you go to if you go to an ICP show and you come out into the parking lot after the show, your car is covered in Faygo. Hopefully you don't have a white vehicle.
Faygo party.
Oh, it's crazy. I went to an ICP show at once, and it was nuts. It was
You were just a wealth of stories.
it was Guar and ICP.
I've heard Gore is great.
It was
Which
it
one was messier?
The Faygo parking lot.
Guar on stage, ICP in the parking lot.
That's the only way.
Yeah. And yes, I do have lots of stories, Priyanka. I don't have a shortage of stories, as you know from traveling with me.
Remember that time I had 95,000 on this game?
Yeah, that was like a long time ago, Pete.
I'd like to think that my skill is what's causing me to beat Petey, but I really think it's just a long run of bad luck.
Yeah, Shasta. Gamma Goat says Shasta's where it's at.
What's Moxie?
Moxie. If that's a beverage, I've never heard of it.
I don't know.
Chat's
Nice.
coming up some good ones. I like the interaction with the chat tonight.
I'm so pleased. Thank you for being in the chat. Thank you for tuning in. And
Nice shot, Jake.
I love reading comments. It's my
Yes.
favorite thing.
It is fun, and it's great. It's great interaction, and a lot of people will point out things that we might have forgotten about, like Fresca.
Yeah.
Ah,
And I like asking questions, and I'm so glad everyone from YouTube moved over to Twitch and is commenting. Keep it up.
Pellegrino sodas are legit. I know that there's Pellegrino water.
Italiano soda. That's really good.
I never had it.
I'm on that bubbly.
Investigate
I'm always on that bubbly. Right, Colin?
Oh yeah, bubbly's solid.
it. Buble? Is it
Trying
Buble? Good Mackie wants to know if
What's
we
your-
have Jones soda. Yeah, I know there's some
Oh,
places
Jones.
around that have Jones
Foo-foo
soda.
berry.
Yeah.
I thought Jones Soda disappeared. It used to be like at Panera's, and then it just disappeared because they always had the really cool like. Did you tilt?
Jake, did
No.
you just walk off, Jake?
Yes, I did.
Wow, how
Because
arrogant.
I'm
I like it.
waiting
I like
for
your style.
James.
I like
I'm
your
here
style.
for James.
Oh,
So Johnny Pinball 1220 says Pepsi Blue is an underrated one that only lasted about a year. I remember that. It actually was pretty good. Pepsi Blue was pretty tasty.
I love a good cream soda or a ginger beer.
Cream soda or ginger beer?
Those are good sodas.
I've never had ginger beer.
Ginger beer is great. Oh. So, are we gonna make this game? We're gonna make it good. Can we put something on the line for this Card Whiz game? Jake versus Jim.
Jake's pride. Gamma Goat says turkey dinner soda FTW. I like it. That's a thing. I had bacon and chocolate soda.
No.
It was gross. It was absolutely
That
brutal.
sounds
Nice.
terrible.
You can find those in Tractor Supplies
Oh, hey,
of
Petey.
all the weird places. Hi. Just sneak in.
He snuck in and then started talking. I'm not paying attention. I'm trying to make this game.
Trying to give you a chance.
Yeah. What can
Well,
we
this
say?
is Card Whiz. You can go from 95 to 7 in a matter of 2 minutes.
My shoe was tied.
Great equalizer.
Untied.
Any EM's great equalizer. If anybody will absolutely tell you that you can get a hold of these games once and then you can play it 10 more times and not even replicate your score in total.
So do we know that there's
shot, James.
there's no way to light double bonus? It just happens per ball.
All 5.
That's it. Yep.
Wow, that's good to know. If other people don't know and you're counting yourself out and you have a really good ball 5, you could really turn it around.
And then if you're playing Old Chicago, it's ball 3 and 5.
Now, I don't know if it's true or not. Pin-Tip says if
Oh,
the,
nice save by our
And he
producer.
tilted.
And
Yeah.
he tilted it, but it was a
Lights-
gorgeous save, though.
Lights went out. Meant it.
Yeah, he took
Still
the lead,
winning.
though.
Out of the booth and a big slap save, and he's probably gonna be losing after this ball anyway. So
I
he
was
could
just
talk
about
smack.
to say that we hadn't really seen where the tilt was on this game.
We've seen
It's
it.
still shaking right now, Jake. I wouldn't even be playing right now.
I will say something about Fanta soda. I used to drink it when I was a kid. Anytime I'd go visit my family in Germany, and it's way better in Europe than it is here.
Yeah.
Oh,
don't do
Mexican
that.
Mexican
the real
soda with the real sugar. That
is
makes
where
the difference.
it's at. It just tastes more like Slice or
That's why I
like a
drink
good orange soda.
Red Ribbon, Pennsylvania's own
Red Ribbon's delicious.
What?
They
Do-
carbonate their beverages with liquid nitrogen. It's amazing.
What about Boylan's?
Boylan's is okay.
Well, I like Boylan's when I go to Uncle Sam's for my steak sandwich. I get Boylan's root beer all the time.
Have you ever had that Dad's root beer?
Sure. So every time I go to Giant Eagle here in Pittsburgh, they have like the bigger Giant Eagles. They have a
Like
section.
the Dirty Bird?
They have a section with like a bunch of different just glass bottles of different types of soda in one place, and I always grab a different root beer every time.
I did that.
There's so many.
did that.
It's to choose from. I'm
Still
a root
winning.
beer guy.
This guy.
I actually did that in college. We had a root beer float fundraiser, and I bought like 10 different types of root beer because there were just so many, and
Yeah, it's great. There's birch beer, there's root beer, there's
the most generic vanilla ice cream I could find.
yeah, there's so many different types of like root beer and versions of root beer and birch beer. Oh. Actually, one of my favorite root beers is the root beer barrel candy.
What is
those
the
are
flavor? Is it what is it? Sarsaparilla?
When
Is it
I
the
went
flavor?
to college, we just had beer fundraisers.
As a reminder, next week on PAPAtv,
Don't
we will
listen
be
to
playing
Jim.
Wheel of Fortune game show, and we will be discussing the best place for a half chicken dinner.
Okay, Dr. Curley in the chat says, how do you, by definition, carbonate with liquid nitrogen?
Start your TED Talk
It's-
now.
I'm sorry, I'll have to tell you later.
And Brian Tessier says Hires was the best root beer.
Ball 5.
Hires was pretty solid.
12,000 versus 15,000.
This is pathetic,
Not
guys. What are you
exactly
guys
a
doing?
game here.
Double bonus ball. This is for all the marbles, all the root beer.
Jake, you got to plunge better, buddy.
Yeah, I get
Yeah,
it.
that was bad. Sometimes it's all about the plunge. You gotta plunge.
Yeah, that was
get
bad.
Those you gotta get those jokers.
That was
I like
acceptable.
I like Priyanka's opinion. Yeah,
Unacceptable.
Yeah, it was pretty bad.
That was really
man.
nice. And he didn't tilt. That was the just amount. Of
That was the
right
key. Oh,
move,
here
yeah.
comes bad news.
Nah, he's fine.
Pete would know.
Petey knows.
Crushed it.
He's like
Oh,
Zoltan.
nice drop catch. All right, he's got double bonus on 1,000 bonus.
That's 2,000.
Heavens to Betsy. Oh, another drop catch. Oh, this might be bad.
There's just nothing in the middle of the playfield. It's just nothing but cupped inserts and
Look at that.
beautiful gate.
I think we need to convince Doug to put this on the stage next year.
No, it's Card Whiz. Or not Card Whiz. It's
Well,
gonna be
Royal
high,
Flush,
It's going to be
but-
high hand.
Well,
It's
yeah,
gonna be
high hand's going to
Oh,
be
it's
there. And
high
High hand will
hand's
be on
always
stage.
up there.
High hand. We now have 4 high hands, so we're working on it.
Four square. Oh, you know
right.
what? That's
happens
fine.
when you shoot for the saucer.
That
that's still
was
14,000 in bonus coming right here.
enough to pull
boom.
away.
Good Mackie says Zuber Fizz from Durango is extremely good.
Okay.
Not familiar with that one.
I was incorrect. It was not liquid nitrogen. It's dry ice. And if you Google Red Ribbon Soda, they'll tell you how they do it.
All right, James is dropping the knowledge here. Let's see,
Future sponsors of PAPAtv.
I hope.
let's see if he can get some points and catch up to Jake.
I like the sound of Zuber Fizz.
Big
It
line.
does sound pretty awesome.
It's pretty good.
I like it.
I have had Mezzo. I don't know if I've had Spetsy.
There's so many different types of drinks out there now. Whatever you know, there's so many different versions of different types of drinks. Like I'm addicted to Starbucks refreshers now. I drink them every day. It's ridiculous.
What's refreshing about them?
Oh, the hibiscus refresher. Oh my god. I drink 2 a day. It's ridiculous.
We should make you a blog.
I don't know, but you can help me. I don't know what that is.
Fred's Bevies.
Fred's Bevies.
Speaking of blogs and
That's a good
pinball,
one. I like that.
that's not going to get there. Lewis Bevins is starting up a new blog.
Louis Bevies. Sorry. I need to go home.
No, keep going, please.
We still got at least we got one more.
We got one more game.
So it's going to be Jake against Colin for the title of winner of the night, I guess.
For the Whiz. Who's the Whiz?
Is that the Whiz from like New York? Remember the Whiz? It was
Michael Jackson.
no, it was something else. It was Michael Jackson too, but there was a store in New York called the Whiz.
Oprah.
They sold electronics back in like the 80s.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's
That.
too
Yeah,
old
you
for
don't-
even me.
Yeah, I don't know that.
I don't know that.
But the Whiz, yeah, they were big in consumer electronics in New York City in,
Hi,
in
Colin.
the 80s.
Hi.
Plunge better.
Do you like Card Whiz?
That's bad. Oh. Yeah, what do you think, Colin? What do you think of Card Whiz?
Right now, don't like it.
Hey, you're winning, man. Come on.
Yeah, that was,
12
pulling
fitty.
ahead.
You got 12 fitty.
Jake, I really like your Fight the Power
Oh, I
shirt.
love these guys' shirts.
Where?
who
Can you
is
tell
it?
us where?
It's Rage Tilt? I think so.
The internet.
Yeah.
The internet.
They
And it
have,
makes sense,
they
too.
have like all the best shirts.
And it's black and gold, too, so
I
it has
know.
a Pittsburgh tie.
It does look strangely Pittsburgh. But it's cool. I like the Illuminati.
Yes. My daughter would like that too. She walks around. Her and her friends talk about the Illuminati all the time.
Did she watch Gravity Falls? Because one of the evil characters looks just like the Power.
She has not.
I will send that to Sid.
Please. She'll be appreciative. She already watches some crazy stuff. We might as well give her some more. It's fine.
All right.
Shouldn't she be like watching pinball videos?
CD's
No.
got
No,
us
she does
some
not.
stickers, so
She's not into any of that. She's around this stuff a lot, so no. What's
I'll
that,
be
Jake?
her
now?
Cartoon Connect.
CD's got us some stickers, so
They're playing for the Viking.
playing for the Viking, which says Born to Tilt.
That's
on
the
his,
Bayless.
on
That's
his helmet.
the Bayless to the trophy right
Nice. So
actually
Sam
have
Buka
a
says, "Let's
pin.
roll it."
I have a-
100K.
I have a pin.
It's
that
harder
is
than it
very
seems.
similar to this that says Born to Tilt. So
there. All right. That's a bad.
See if I can get
that's a
matching.
bad. Oh, it might work.
With
What's that? Good Mackie? Okay. Oh, hold on a second here. Top Pinhead. Is it too early in the year to start talking about the TIMA?
I don't know what that is.
Yeah. What is that, Mr. Top Pinhead or Mrs. Top Pinhead?
Please,
T-I-M.
Petey, do you know? Producer Jim, do you know?
I got nothing.
We're gonna find out here. Timmy. That's a good call.
That wasn't a good
Timmy.
joke.
I thought it was pretty good. So we'll find out what that. We'll find out what. Yeah. Okay. So glad you asked. He's asking.
Oh,
so
wow.
He wanted to find out what that was. I bit into it. I took the
Get
bait.
that Joker.
Trying.
So close.
Oh,
Almost twice. I believe in you. Get that Joker.
three Jokers is pretty good.
Yeah, I know.
Snoop Dogg likes it.
Full House.
Or if you go back to the old original Batman, love that Joker. Oh,
This is what-
Nice.
That's it. He figured it out.
Uh-oh.
You didn't figure that one though.
Oh.
Good ball though.
Nice ball, Colin.
I'm really excited. What's our next show? Will we have PD? I'm sure you should.
Wheel of Fortune and game show.
Sounds good.
It's gonna be great.
Games. More games. Games about games.
Yeah, Game of Good. I'm not really sure what that was all about with the post that was too long earlier that the moderator in the chat said don't post too long. It wasn't very long. It was just a couple sentences. So
Yep,
I don't understand that. So I guess it's something we're learning about Twitch, that if you type something too long, they ask you not to do that. But type as long as you want, as far as I'm concerned. 200 characters? Okay. It wasn't even close to that. Okay, so we got
Rowdy Lock. Thank
Top-
you for following.
Top Pinhead he drops the knowledge here. Thematically integrated mechanical action, and it's what makes playing pinball truly special. Okay.
So no, it's not too early to start talking about that then.
No.
Is there a Twippy for that?
There's so many. Yeah.
I mean, there's Twippies for almost everything.
Yeah. So
When if anyone knows when the Twippy voting ends, we gotta
no idea.
get.
We're gonna find out from Pete Hendricks here in a
Get
second.
everybody. So it's best streaming channel.
Oh,
Ooh,
I
that
saved
was
my
really
call. That was
nice.
great patience not to flip call.
Best event,
He's got his game face on right now.
best YouTube channel, and best tournament.
Oh, nice. All right, so it ends at the end of January. To be redundant, ends at the end of January. All right.
He's got a roll flush, and then he's got kings or aces.
To vote, go out to thisweekinpinball.com, and there's a tab for the Twippy Awards. We have it.
Show us some love.
Mm-hmm.
We do have a lot of hardware, but I'll take more.
Pinburgh won Best Tournament last year, so we should have a Twippy around the building somewhere.
If we do, I haven't seen it. We have
Scavenger
Keith
hunt.
Elvin's check from last year's New York City Pinball Championship.
And
no, we actually don't have. James is talking in our ear. We don't have his cup anymore because I took it to Chicago whenever Expo happened. But we do have his medallion upstairs that he won some years back.
How about that big trophy that's on the table out there? Is that for this year?
What big trophy?
The I don't want to give it away, but
what trophy's out there? I didn't see no trophy. I have no idea what's going on.
Okay, so we had the intergalactic trophy from last year. It's
Oh,
still out
yes.
there.
Actually,
That's
I'm working
Ryan
with-
Wanger's.
Yeah, I'm working with Ryan Wagner to get that shipped because it weighs a ridiculous amount, and it's really big. So we're actually building a custom crate that send it to him so it doesn't get damaged.
Look, Papa cares about you. They care about your
Hey,
trophies.
Ryan
They
cares about
build-
us. Comet Pinball.
They build crates for your trophies so they get to you safely
I
because
thought about doing a box. But
I
that's
wouldn't
just
trust
not
Spirit.
Yeah, I'm sure Keith's looking at all the broken handles on his cups that we've had over the years, and like, dude,
Nice save, Jake.
Jake.
holy cow, this is ball 5.
I like
what
that you
happened.
never gave up.
His trophies are whole. Keith Elwin's trophies are fine.
Oh, that's not good.
That's a loss.
Top Pinhead says he voted for PAPAtv for best YouTube channel, and everyone else should do the same. Thank you very much, Top Pin, for
Thanks.
the love. And hopefully everybody will. And Colin looks like he's going to have a walk-off. Silent Stars Gobi is now following us. Thank you for the follow. All right, and we are going to end the pinball playing for tonight. So congratulations to Colin for winning that last game. And
Undefeated on Card Whiz.
well, he didn't. But did he beat you?
He didn't beat me. He won one game. He won 1-0.
Card Whiz
Undefeated.
Whiz.
So there you go. So, but once again, we want to thank everybody for tuning in to our new home. It's twitch.tv /PAPAtv Pinball, and you'll be able to see us Tuesday at 7:30 each week. Next week we're doing Wheel of Fortune and Game Show, so hopefully you'll join us next week for some more pinball action. For everyone here at PAPAtv, we want to thank you for tuning in. We'll see you next week.